things we wanna take back. Is there a reason that we're still together? How long do we stand here in the fire? How long do we try before we're on our own? How long do we walk across the wire? Stay till we fall.
Your attention, I'm running out your mind. Don't know the direction to your side. Got the wrong impression. I thought that we were fine, but now it's turned to ice. So you decide, and I just wait. I don't get you, I don't chase. So you decide.
Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, here today for the Esports Tower Rumble in Rocket League, where the talented all-star teams of the Esports Tower and some high schools compete every 2 weeks in a standalone tournament. Tonight, we wrap up Week 4 in the Cup stage. We've now dropped it down to a best-of-5 so we can see all 4 Cups in action. I'm your host, Michael Fisher. Joining me to call all the action is Artie Nerdy Bird Rain. And Artie, luckily we're down to best-of-5. Best-of-7s were a bit taxing, I think, on the players and on us. But the good news is we now get to see all 8 teams compete. So we hopefully get a crown a winner for every single cup, which should be a ton of fun.
And we get to share all of the love and action across the board to every team, which is what we were hoping to do from the beginning. So this is going to be a great night.
There are a couple of crazy things in this tournament. If you didn't catch last week, the Galaxies and the Lynx both playing with some players from outside of Esports Tower with some high school players, kind of a combo roster of ET players and high school players, and those players are actually trialing for the Rumble. So this could be a huge way of maybe saying this is your opportunity to showcase what you can do in our Cup games. And if you have not seen our Cup games before, this is how it'll break down. There is a total of 4 of them. The Breakout Cup, Dominus Cup, Fennec Cup, and Octane Cup. We'll start at the bottom. We'll start from the Breakout Cup, go to the Octane Cup. Start with the 4th and highest seeds out of the groups, then the 3rd highest seeds. The Fennec Cup will be the 2 highest seeds from Group B. The Octane Cup will be the 2 highest seeds from Group A. There will be a quiz at the end of that. No, I'm just kidding. We will remind everyone as we go along. But I do like this Cup format. I know the bracket was a ton of fun, but we always seem to see the same teams, Nerdy. Now we get to see every single team get a chance to go home with some sort of prize at the end of our 2-week format, which I really, really do enjoy.
Yeah, and it's definitely more, fair, and it gets a lot more exposure for everyone involved because part of the Esports Tower creed that they like to push is the fact that this does get you a lot of exposure to help you find teams outside of this organization as well as possible college teams. And so by having everyone have a little bit more on-air time, it gives you more highlight reel content and more exposure.
As we get ready to go, we will have the Mammoths, Eagles, Vipers, Galaxy, Gator, and Lynx from the Esports Tower, and the Wolves. And then from outside, we'll have Milford High, who's been absolutely popping off. I cannot wait to see them in our last game of the night, the Octane Cup. But we are starting with the Breakout Cup. It is the Gators taking on the Wolves in a best-of-5 series. These teams actually played last week in the group stage. The Gators had a very, very close 2-0 win. But in a best-of-5, anything can happen. This Gators team has looked really, really strong. They're a new team. I think this is only their 2nd Rumble, Nerdy, but we know how much coaching the Esports Tower teams have. And this Gators team, while they are in our very first Cup, I think they're a lot better than that 4th seed record indicates. They're a very scary good team, and I'll see how they do against the Wolves team, who we've heard of the Wolves in the past. Totally separate Wolves team, though. Totally new players, a lot of them trialing for the Esports Tower. So this is a great team for both teams to showcase they're better than how they finished in last week's group standings.
I'm excited, especially, you said it, the group standings, and especially that final score is never really reminiscent of how hard the teams fought for each and every single one of those matches. So this is the opportunity for us to see what they have to bring to the table, especially because they did play last week. They've pseudo-scouted one another, so they know how they like to play. Let's see if they try to counter one another.
Before we hop into the series, let's throw it over to Doc's keys to the game. Give everybody what they need to know to come out on top in their respective cups, and those are create mistakes, punish the overcommit, don't overstay, and bump and demo to disrupt. It's all presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. And Nerdy, I know you haven't seen some of our Boise State Rocket League ones. We've had some other ones. Everyone has focused in on your favorite part of Doc's keys, and that is the bump and demo. My goodness, we have seen probably 50 to 100 demos in the last 2 weeks on this channel. So hopefully we get some demos for you because I know you absolutely love when teams go demo happy.
Yeah, I adore it, and I apologize to anyone who gets the target on their back. But at this level of gameplay, it's a game of mistakes, and you have to create them yourself. So the best thing to do is just get someone out of their own passing lane or completely take them out for 3 seconds.
Let's hop into our first series of the night. It is the Breakout Cup between the Gators and the Wolves. See who comes out on top here in our first best-of-5 for the Gators. It's a team that's been working very hard in practice, capitalizing on their possession through passing and creating solo plays. They're going to be Hawker, Fiery, and Taco Bell on the green side here, and immediately Fiery starting out with a great pass over to Hawker, who unfortunately just jumps over the ball. And the Gators already showing some early aggression, though Mischief and company flip the field, looking for a centering pass, but it gets stolen away by Taco Bell.
We do have Primes trying to elevate and knock the ball down. Unfortunately, they're just a little bit out of the range of the ball. However, Mischief does help them out a little bit, gets the ball past that center line. Now we have Primes once again going for a shot on goal, finding the back of the net in actually just on 30 seconds.
A great ball. There's that bumping we talked about. We've seen teams absolutely play that. What a solo play there by Primes. Great shot. early goal here for the Wolves. See what they could do with Mischief and Pink Boy Blue. It's a very strong roster. Prime's actually a sub for the roster this week, so they want to try and get as much Rumble experience as possible. And so far, starting off with an early goal here is Pink Boy Blue retreating now. Has to be careful. Ball right in front of their net. Shot from Fiery. Just kind of ricochets in somehow.
And it looked like, unfortunately, there was one member sitting in the goal right there, but they did not elevate fast enough. When you're at a dead stop, there's just not enough speed. It was Prime, so they scored a goal and had one scored directly on them. It's 0-sum. Now let's see what they go for with this kickoff.
Fiery with a win, but there is the first demo of the evening. Hawker trying to capitalize, can't quite get there. Mischief now racing after it, but it looks like Taco Bell should win the race to the ball. Oh, never mind, misses on it. Prime centers it up, but it does get cleared away by the Gators.
So Taco Bell trying to get possession of that ball, but Pink doesn't beat them to it. At the midpoint, though, it gets turned back around towards the Wolves' goal. It's now battling out here in the corner for the ball. Taco elevates, but Mischief beats them to it. Crossing that midfield stripe, they've got 2 to beat as Hawker takes the ball away from them.
Oh, right in front of the net. Fiery with a great challenge there. Maybe going to have a play. Hawker looking for the demo, going to find it on the Prims. But Taco can't quite get there at time, and we get the revenge demo, but not able to find anything. Hawker gets a big clear away. Should be a bit of a reset here, but the Wolves should be able to get possession. Never mind, it's Taco whose shot is wide of the net. We'll see what Fiery can do with it as he centers it up for Hawker, but they miss on the ball.
Just rolls off the bottom tires there of one of the Wolves players. Now Mischief has it here in the corner. They do lose possession, though, just not having enough speed on them as Fiery tries to go down taking the ball, but Prime's touch gets a slight touch. Hawker now elevating with it here in the corner. Unfortunately, they lose their dribble. Follow-up from Fiery, though, will find the back of the net.
Great job by Fiery. The Gators felt like they'd been in command. Finally get their second goal. Pass from Taco back to Fiery. And Mischief and Primes just could not get to that ball. One high, one low. It did not matter. Gators with the lead now. We'll see if they can hold on to it. Right off that kickoff. Oh, clean win for Pink Boy Blue. Just unfortunately a little off target. Pink Boy Blue's been putting in some work, by the way. The coaches, Esports Tower, have told us they climbed from gold to mid-diamond in just over a month. They've been putting in that solo queue grind, and hopefully they can use that experience to help their team, but unfortunately they dodge out of the way of that ball.
Mischief tries to pop it up over one of the members of the Gators there. Unfortunately, they do lose it to Taco Bell, who plays it off the back wall, tries to get a centering shot from one of their teammates. There's a follow-up. Taco Bell goes up for the shot, but Mischief takes them out of mid-flight. Fiery trying to get possession here in mid-flight, knocks it down, but it is cleared out by the Wolves.
Taco Bell off the wall to themselves, potentially, and it kind of just bounces in, and eventually, I don't know how they ended up scoring that, but that was a fantastic goal.
Being your own follow-up sometimes is super important. There was more than one member of the Gators down here in the goal. They did have the one waiting at the midfield to try to prevent the clear, but a couple double commits coming out from the Gators I've seen might be their undoing later on.
Ooh, interesting strategy on the kickoff there. Hawker barely hits it wide. Fiery now looking to potentially make a play, but Mischief should be able to clear this one away. There's that double commit you were talking about, Nerdy, but so far it goes in their favor, and Fiery gets a hat trick.
You know, sometimes it's just how the team works is double commits are their thing.
Yep.
Perhaps, though, perhaps the Wolves will recognize it and start just trying to hit someone in mid-flight who's doing that. As we do see Hawker get a nice clear into the corner, and they get taken out by Mischief shortly thereafter. Taco Bell trying to get the ball away from Mischief. Fiery ends up with possession, popping it up high. No centering shot for one of their teammates, though. It's still wide of the net. Gets popped high again, allowing the Wolves to get possession. Pink's trying to drop it down to Mischief. Mischief has it and tries to play it around Fiery, who stops it. Now it's just a reset moment here for both sides as the ball hits the midfield area.
Fiery centers it up. Ooh, bounces over. Taco Bell kind of ping-pongs around, but Pink Boy Blue will make the save. Fiery with another great steal with Mischief, and Pink Boy Blue should be able to make a play, but they misstep in the corner. The centering pass just a bit too wide. There's a bump from Fiery, but it looks like the Wolves should be able to start dribbling up the field and maybe start a last-minute comeback here.
Prime's had a great clear there. Unfortunately, Taco Bell got right in the path of it, sending it back over towards the Wolves' net. Fiery elevates to try to steal the ball away from Pink Boy there. They do get a little bit of disruption, just enough for one of their teammates to push Pink Boy off. Fiery still trying to fight out for that possession. Ball's in front of the Gators' net with no one having a clean opportunity to get a shot as the teams rotate back into position.
Mischief gets the ball stolen away. There is Hawker now. Might have a chance to send this one up, give an insurance goal to the team. And Taco able to turn it around, and Taco Bell has another goal, and it's 5-1 Gators.
51 seconds. We've seen about 4 goals scored in that amount of time by a single team in Esports Tower. It's not unheard of, but this might just be a moment for the Wolves to just say, okay, we've seen how they play. Let's just finish out this round. Don't go too hard. As we go to the next kickoff, Mischief is going to completely make me eat my words, taking that first kickoff nicely into the corner. Fortunately, there's not enough follow from their team, so the Gators do win out the possession there and play it around Primes, who tried to come in and take it away. Now it's back in the corner. No, Primes misses the elevation from their teammate's shot, and Mischief will try to corral the ball down, but they do not hit it.
Fiery racing in, 30 seconds left. Wolves starting to run out of time, but it is a best of 5. They do have some leeway room here as Hawker gets a demo onto Prime, opening up the net, but unfortunately the Gators team is not able to clear the ball out of their own green side of the field. Pink Boy charging in, not able to find it. Got to be careful, wide open net. The demo onto Taco Bell should potentially slow that down. So Fiery sneaks one in, and the Gators building a commanding Game 1 win here.
So we do like to see demolitions, but you got to make sure it doesn't put you out of position there. You basically had 2 people in the exact same spot with Primes and Mischief, the only one who was broken away from that. That's not enough to prevent the other 2 from having goal-scoring opportunities. As we go into the last 4 seconds here, ball bounces off the ceiling. Hawker's trying to keep the ball on their roof. It does get knocked away by Mischief. The ball just has to touch the ground now, and that'll end the first round. I don't think anyone's trying to stop it, and the Gators win round 1.
Pretty commanding win there for the Gators, up 1-0, and we can see how really I think the difference of that first game was, we talk about it all the time, going at it alone. It felt like the Wolves had a lot of solo play attempts, Nerdy, while the Gators were all together, all working as a team, and that really explained that 6-1 lead. We can see this Gators team, again, only their 2nd ever Rumble and making massive improvements. Esports Tower really takes time to create teams of well-matched teammates. I want to give a shout out to all the coaches. If you're watching, haven't checked out Esports Tower clubs yet, you should. It is the fast track to rank up. But good news for the Wolves, it is a best of 5, Nerdy. I never say you want to throw a game away, but Game 1, especially in these longer series, can be a great learning game. Learn the tendencies of the other team, because those goals don't carry over, Gators. It doesn't matter if you win by 1 or 100. I'm very curious if the Wolves can have a better game, too, now that they maybe figured out the tendencies and can start to work together better as a team.
Yeah, especially I think if the Wolves can manage to spread out just a little bit more and recognizing that there is a lot of double commits happening and just get in the passing lanes of the Gators, they'll have a lot better opportunities and chances of winning out on this one, and they need to make sure that they're ready to prevent clears from happening.
Yeah, I think totally right there. You totally called it, and I want to see some more team play from the Wolves. Can they set each other up? They seem to have the individual skill. It's just the teamwork that has been a little bit lacking. Is off the kickoff here in Game 2. Hawker with the clean win. Hawker tracking down people in front of the net, bumping Mischief out of the way, but the shot goes wide, and the Gators' early aggression is turned away with some help from the crossbar.
Mischief does end up getting the ball across that center field stripe. However, it's turned back around right away by Fiery. Gets a shot on net. Pink Boy turns it away. Mischief now trying to put the ball away from the front, but Hawker comes in before the clear occurs and scores the first goal of the round.
Fantastic job here by Hawker. Just kind of says, all right, I'll try and just sneak in here. They even got bumped down by Mischief into the ball. Kind of hard to tell from that angle. And an early first goal for the Gators. 1-0 here. We'll see if they can keep the pressure on. As off the kickoff, Mischief had a great idea, but Hawker cheated up and was able to block it. Pink Boy Blue now lobbing it downfield, but it's stolen by Taco Bell. And as I say that, Mischief steals it away, but there's no team. Ball still bouncing in front of the net. Can anyone make a play on it? Hawker with a dangerous clear, but it's only Primes down there. Finally, Pink Boy Blue joins the Wolves, but their offense just runs out of steam right in front of the net.
Taco Bell now trying to go across that midfield, makes it, only has to play it around Pink Boy, who comes in, sending it right back towards the Gators' goal. It is going to go off that back wall, and they don't have enough speed to beat Hawker out, who's going to try to play it off the side wall. And Mischief comes in, steals it away. They've got to center it up for one of their teammates, but no one's there in time as Fury does clear it across the field.
Oh, Taco Bell centering it up, but no one's there. Mischief has a great opportunity. Oh, nice bump out of the way as well. Mischief just needs a teammate down there. The rest of the Wolves are hanging out in the goal. Playing a little bit scared there as Taco Bell jumps over the ball. Fiery lobs a shot, couple of misses. Taco Bell might have a great opportunity, gets it around one, but hits off the back of the net, and Hawker will score the goal.
You called it there, Fish. There is a lot of hesitancy coming out of the Wolves right now. They need to have a confidence in their teammates. Mischief is making a lot of opening opportunities. He just needs the follow-up. Just one person waiting at midfield and someone else helping out on the frontal push there. Could make a world of a difference. Let's see if they clean that up as we go into the next kickoff. It's spiked high, so no one's a clear winner, but it looks like Fury will end up getting it, and now it's kind of just sitting out in the middle of nowhere as Taco Bell comes in, spikes it towards the net. It does hit that high crossbar though, so it does not go in.
Crossbar has been helping out the Wolves quite a bit as Mischief now. Here's the clear. Do they have any support from their Wolves teammates? It does not appear to be so, and once again the Gators will set up for a play. Pass over to Taco Bell. They'll jump over the ball. Fiery is there, gets stolen away. Wide open net here for Mischief. They have Primes right near midfield, but Mischief realizes who needs a team, they'll score it themselves.
And see here that actually, it looks like Primes was at the midfield. They had one other teammate all the way back to the goal, though there's just too much space between everyone there. Just allow Mischief to make those plays, be there for the follow-up, and have someone at the mid. You don't need to be constantly waiting in your own net, Wolves. It's just something that will come with time. Gotta have more faith in your teammates.
Ooh, great try up here for the Wolves early on. Bumping everybody out of the way is Primes, and now Hawker's gonna run into them, get that demo. Center it in front of the net. Ooh, risky spot there for Pink Boy Blue, almost scoring the goal on themselves. Luckily able to get a clear here, and now the Wolves can decide to fight back into this one. They just need a teammate here for a centering pass.
Primes unfortunately had the ball just going a little bit too slow. They lost their dribble. Mischief was trying to help them out, and they are able to do just that. Getting the ball up on that back wall. Taco Bell and Hawker will collide, but the ball does end up at the midfield. Primes has it, bounces off their hood though, and allows Taco Bell to get a shot on it. Fury trying to take it away, but Mischief stopping it, so the side control still in favor of the Wolves here. They just have yet to find the back of the net.
Fiery looking to start a play here. Plays around a couple people. Immediately slams on the brakes, though, to pick up that boost. Interesting play there. Now Mischief centers it in front of the net. Gets demoed, though. Ball is kept alive by Pink Boy Blue, but unfortunately Fiery will immediately put an end to that one. It bounces off Prime's hood. Looks like clear will come out here for Mischief. Taco Bell going to intercept it past the Hawker, and the shot goes wide, and the Wolves here should be able to reset and look for this game-tying goal potentially.
Ball just drops right in front of the net. Primes does get it clear, tries to pass it back to Mischief, but Fiery is hot on their tires, so it does get a kind of a little bit of a messy clear there, allowing Taco Bell to pick up possession yet again. Playing it around one member of the Wolves. They now just have to drop it in front of the net for the follow-up, and Hawker spikes it into the back.
Hawker joined this team as a fill-in and looked fantastic individually, picking up their third goal of the game as we saw the hats rain down before that goal scored, and we should see him. There they are once again. So a great kind of debut here for Hawker in that fill-in role, as they do see the Wolves win that kickoff quite cleanly. Mischief in a great position, passes the ball over to Pink Boy Blue, but unfortunately it's wide of the net, and Fiery gonna start the break here for the Gators, at least for a moment. Ball somehow rolls around Primes, but it does get reset and shot on net, though it is a bit off to the left.
There is an opportunity for follow-up. Mischief cheats out one member. Hawker elevates, does miss it. Prime's trying to keep the push alive right now, but Fiery comes in, sending it across the midfield. Primes races back just in time to steal the ball away, but they do get demoed, and Fiery finds the fourth goal for the Gators.
Here it is, Doc's keys to the game, bump and demo to disrupt. We see it again with a huge demo, opening up the net for Fiery.
I am so sorry.
We've seen this. It started with the Wolves. The Wolves had the majority of the demos in game one, but the Gators have caught on and have gotten quite aggressive as their name suits them well. They have 3 demos to their name. Taco Bell trying to dribble the ball upfield, does get stolen away. 30 seconds left. Would take a bit of a miracle here for the Wolves. One more goal might end it, but Mischief now. Oh, had a wide open net, just saw the ball bounce over them, and we nearly get an own goal there from Fiery. Scary spot for the Gators.
We have Taco Bell playing it off one of their teammates to get across that midfield. Prime's racing back, though, to take the ball away. Going to take it up the back wall. 8 seconds left. Let's see if the ball will not hit the ground to allow the Wolves to find an extra goal just to close that gap a little bit. Pink Boy has an opportunity. Oh, but they just did not have enough gas in their tank.
So close, but the Gators come out victorious. Up 2-0 in the series. One more map potentially left for both these teams. We'll see if the Wolves can start to create a bit of a comeback. And really, those demos, we talked about it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if some popular YouTuber, maybe it was our former Waiton, who dropped a YouTube video. Somebody had to tell these kids, demos are the new future, because I have never seen so many demos as I have seen in the last 7 days in Rocket League and all the different ones we put on stream. I don't know what got into these kids. Maybe you inspired them, Nerdy, because I know you were always rooting for it. It seems like everybody's on the demo train now.
It makes a huge difference. You literally create a 2v3 type of game for even if just a few seconds, but you get 5 of those in a single game. That's a lot of time to be down one player.
Right off the kickoff, Gators struggling a bit here to assert dominance as we've seen them do in the first 2 games of this best of 5 as Taco Bell. Scary spot to be. Gonna get a nice little air dribble at least towards midfield. Gets it around Primes. Pink Boy Blue hanging back there. Here is Fiery. Centers over to Hawker, but it's a little bit too quick. And the Gators going to have to reset. It does look like our scoreboard with a bit of an error there. We are frozen in time, Nerdy, until someone scores a goal, and then the clock will update. We are not permanently stuck at 5 minutes, thankfully.
Well, that's good. Our voice boxes will thank that one. It does update. We have Fiery taking the ball across the midfield. They don't have follow-up just yet. They set it across the entire area of the net over to Hawker. 2 members of the Wolves are there. Hawker takes out Pink Boy, though. Now we've got Taco Bell trying to steal it away. It spikes off the high ceiling. Fiery tries to get possession of it, but Primes does get the clear there.
Hawker should be able to sneak it around one. Gets it around a second one. It's all to Mischief, who makes a fantastic save. Does end up bumping Primes out of the way. As we see Taco Bell coming in off the side wall, just barely over Fiery, but they do get that disruption play onto Pink Boy Blue. Hawker now elevating, can't quite find it. One more try, ends up going to just go for the demo. Not able to find it in the back of the net, and that ball will not come close to being scored.
Ball got spiked high off the ceiling. Mischief and Prime's trying to determine who's going to get it. Mischief rotates back. Taco Bell shot on goal, saved by the crossbar yet again. The ball is high in the air here at the mid. Mischief goes for a clear. They get bumped by one of their own teammates, though. Taco Bell will elevate, dropping the ball down, allowing Hawker to take it to the net. Will they be able to get a nice shot in? They do, playing it around, I believe, Mischief right there.
I like the team chat up at the top left. Mischief like, what do you mean? Why did you bump me? Primes immediately apologizes. Way to be a good teammate, Primes. It happens to the best of us. Unfortunately, it did result in Hawker picking up another goal in this series. Hawker, again, a fill-in. Very, very impressive for the Gators in this performance in this week's Rumble. As right off the kickoff, we do see updated down to about 3 minutes on the clock. Hawker going to pop it up in the air. Over for Fiery. Doesn't see the ball, though. Now Primes has an opportunity. But Fiery off the wall. Going to set it up. Now we see the Gators run into each other and cost themselves what could have been an easy goal-scoring opportunity. Again, Primes and Mischief run into each other.
It did take almost 2 whole minutes for that first goal to be scored, though, so the Wolves have changed things up just enough to take away as many opportunities for the Gators thus far. The side control actually has been, I think, more in favor of the Wolves. They just have not had luck with getting those shots in as they're trying to rotate back now, stopping that ball from going in. Is Pink Boy taking up the side wall. Taco Bell comes in, trying to take the ball away from them with a fallout from Hawker. Well, actually, no, Fiery. They'll manage to do it from Mischief. Steals the ball away. It is stopped, though, by Hawker.
Well, the Wolves' greatest enemy in this game has been themselves, honestly. They've been bumping into each other almost more than the Gators have. We do see a nice bump into Mischief there. Ball just over Fiery. Got to be careful.
Oh!
Primes has a wide open net. Taco Bell trying to disrupt him. Primes outplays him, but Hawker makes a save at the last possible moment to keep this in a 1-0 game.
That was almost too much of an overcommit there by the Gators. They need to be careful. If Primes had just had a little bit more speed, that would have gone in. Unfortunately, gravity was not in their favor on that one. Hawker now trying to stop this ball. Does just kind of slow down a little bit, trying to play it around Mischief, and it looks like Pink Boy there. They do manage to pop it up. Taco Bell now trying to center it up into the goal. Primes will send it into the corner, though. Fiery gets taken out by Mischief.
Taco Bell looking to pass it back to Hawker. Bounces it off the hood of Primes, off to Pink Boy Blue, who makes a fantastic save. And now we'll see if the Wolves can pressure immediately, though. Taco Bell takes a shot. It rolls off the crossbar. Great save, credit to Mischief as well. And the Gators playing very aggressive, leaving their goals wide open. As Taco Bell's able to recover this one, though, and start the attack here.
Got Pink Boy trying to come in. They disrupted just enough to have to force Taco Bell to send it away. Fiery trying to corral the ball down up against that corner pocket there. Taco Bell now plays it around one of the Wolves. It does get stolen away by Mischief. Hawker does manage to send it back to the mid. Taco Bell takes out Mischief in return for taking the ball away from them. But Prime's trying to take it up the side wall. It does get stopped, but Mischief comes in, has a centering shot. There's a follow-up of their own, and it goes in. Once the clock updates, we'll see how much time's left, but right now we are at a tie game.
Saw the update, probably under a minute. There's a great shot by Mischief right off the demo. Had enough boost to take one shot. We'll get the update right now. We are at 43 seconds. See if either teams can score a goal to avoid overtime, or if we will see our first sudden death overtime of our Cup week here in the Esports Tower. It's Hawker off the side wall, going to put it in a perfect position in front of the net, but it gets played away by Prime. Now under 30 seconds here as both these teams looked for the go-ahead goal.
Got Mischief trying to play it safe now. They've got, as well as Pink Boy there. Both kind of waiting near the net. Pink Boy gets a clear. Prime's trying to take it up. Has to play it around two members of the Gators. Do they have anyone to follow up to help them out? They do not, so they're rotating back as Taco Bell trying to take it up the side. Pink Boy comes in, just barely misses on that ball. It gets played off the back wall. Is there an opportunity to keep it alive for the next couple of seconds? As we see Primes get taken out now, if the ball touches the ground, we go to overtime. And it's anybody's game right now, I feel like.
As the Wolves get a great kickoff, you mentioned earlier in this game, Nerdy, the Wolves have had better side control. That should favor them here in overtime, where first goal will pick up the win. Centered up there by Pink Boy Blue. We do get a demo, it looked like, coming out there, I believe, from a member of the Wolves. But unfortunately, they're not able to capitalize as Hawker can't find it. Oh, so close for Pink Boy Blue to almost put that in to keep this series alive. Fiery now going to clear it down to the corner. A double commit comes out. Taco Bell wins the ball, but Mischief at least gets a clear here to save that Wolves goal.
And
oh no!
It looks like we might have had a disconnect there from Primes. It happens. The game will continue now with the 2v3. Mischief trying to make some magic happen. Spikes it high in the air. Taco Bell trying to drop it down on the ground. Does miss it, but Fiery follows it up. It's stopped now in the corner, and Taco Bell will come in. Mischief steals the ball away. Unfortunately, though, Hawker got in that passing lane, taking it away from them. Shot on goal, kind of turned away by their own teammates, though, of the Gators.
Hopefully Prime's able to make it back in, but so far Mischief and Pink Boy Blue have been playing phenomenally, at least in this 3v2 in overtime. As Fiery going to clear it down, centered up unfortunately by Pink Boy Blue, but Hawker can't quite find the back of the net. Fiery going to keep this play going, though only has to beat two members, but Mischief able to steal it, clear it away, and the Wolves continue to remain alive here in overtime.
Still have Hawker with possession though here in the corner. Taco Bell trying to send it off off the corner to Hawker. It does kind of get disrupted just enough by Mischief. Is going to take it up, crossing the midfield. Taco Bell will send it right back up against the wall, trying to now aerial play it, but it gets spiked off the ceiling, unfortunately. Now it's an open net opportunity for the Gators though, and it just barely crawls in.
Taco Bell gets the game winner. Great job by Pink Boy Blue and Mischief holding on for as long as they did in overtime in a 2v3. You never know. Internet is sometimes a very fickle thing in esports, but a huge congratulations to the Gators. They pull off our first win of the night, a 3-0 sweep in the Breakout Cup. Fantastic job for them. And before we set it to break, Nerdy, your quick thoughts on what we just saw in our first of 4 Cup games tonight.
Well, honestly, I feel like the Wolves in the next couple of weeks will have a better opportunity to work together more. They'll get more confidence in one another, and I'm pretty sure their coaches in VOD review are probably going to be like, why were you so hesitant to push forward?
Yeah.
Don't take it personally. I'm guilty of doing that myself. They're just trying to make sure that you understand that you got to be aggressive in order to win. And honestly, if they come back playing as aggressive as the Gators did in the next couple of weeks, they'll be able to stop the Gators because of how many double commits the Gators had. There were plenty of times where we saw that, and the overcommits. Honestly, the confidence is just what the Wolves are missing there, and once they have that, they'll be doing just fine.
Yeah, I think that game one, like 6 goals might have scared them, because you're right. Once they come out of that goal, Nerdy, I think this is going to be a much better Wolves team. That's what this esports tower does very well, is those VOD reviews. Can't wait to see them going forward. We've crowned one Cup winner. It's the Gators. Now we're going to find out who is going to win the Dominus Cup here. It's going to be between the Eagles and the Lynx, and that is coming up right after this break.
NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome back into this broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble, coming to you live from the Boise State Game Pits Esports Arena. It is week 4 of our Rocket League Rumbles in the Cup stage. Up next, the Dominus Cup between the Eagles and the Lynx. The Lynx have seen a ton of makeovers over the last few months, but a very strong team that Nerdy and I have had our eyes on for a long, long time. Fish and Nerdy here calling all of the action. Before we hop into the Dominus Cup, though, we do want to take a moment to congratulate all of the Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from the clubs and have been offered scholarships across the country over the last 3 months. Esports Tower Club members have received over $1.2 million in scholarships awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but have worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. The players that receive these scholarships, talented, hard-working, and driven. We could not be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities these players are getting, and cannot wait to see the opportunities that the future players that we're seeing tonight are going to be getting. So overall, a big congratulations to all of our club players. If you see that number on your screen and you want to be part of that number, esportstower.com is the place to go if you're looking to land a collegiate scholarship or even start your path to pro. It has been a ton of fun. But now we get into the Dominus Cup, Nerdy. It's Eagles and Lynx. This Eagles team, like the Gators, a new team taking on the Lynx, who you and I have seen a ton of. I know they've gone some roster changes here and there, but this is still a very strong roster for the Lynx that potentially could make some noise down the line once they suddenly figure out their roster, because we've been watching them for a while. They've been up and down and up and down.
I mean, it's growing pains, so to speak, but I'm a little worried because the Eagles in the past few weeks have had a lot of growth thus far. They started out really strong and just had some minor tweaks they needed to start making, and they have been making those tweaks. Let's see if they pay off during this game. but the changes to the Lynx roster might pay off in themselves, as bringing in new people can change up the playstyle completely, or it could be their Achilles heel, so only time will tell.
The Eagles have also been that team that you talked about. They've been very strong. Someone at the Esports Tower hates the Eagles. I'm going to be honest, because you look at the groups they're in. They're in groups with the Ghosts, the Barracudas. They were in the same group as the Galaxy and Milford High, who you will see in our top cup game of the night. This is another team where you're like, well, they came in third in their group, but they're just so much better than that. They're challenging teams like Milford High. They're almost beating teams like the Ghosts and the Barracudas. I swear, I don't know maybe an eagle pooped on somebody at the Esports Tower. I honestly don't know. They just get the worst groups of all time, and I feel so bad for this roster. But hey, maybe it's trial by fire, and maybe that's going to be what comes out in the end as we get ready to hop in to the Dominus Cup here between the Eagles and the Lynx. We'll throw it over to Doc's keys of the game one more time before we hop into it, so we can help out the Lynx. We can help out these Eagles rosters that are still a bit new, still trying to figure each other out. Those are create mistakes, punish the overcommit, don't overstay, and bump and demo to disrupt. They're all presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Of course, Nerdy's got their eye on that very bottom line. Bump and demo to disrupt. We saw quite a bit of that in our first series. What will we see in our second series? Let's hop into it. It is Dominus Cup, Eagles and Lynx. These two teams faced off last week. The Eagles coming out on top in a very close series, a 2-1 victory. If you're joining us from last week, hello. And don't quite remember the Lynx's name. They were Team Crazy Cat last week, but we said you got to pick an animal if you want to be part of the Esports Tower. So they've rebranded as the Lynx, as they have Cran, CZC, and Antonio. But right off the gate, the Eagles with GA Baby, a name we have heard a lot of in recent weeks, starting off with a great play here in the corner, defending their own goal.
We've got Thrift and Wilds trying to take the ball away here. Both kind of double committing, though, to take it off the wall. That might be an issue later on as we see Antoni get it centered up for CZZ. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be a tongue twister later on. It does get shot on goal, but it's cleared. It's saved by Wilds. It does clear. CZZ coming in, though, to try and get it back across that center field stripe. Thrift will elevate, play it around Antonio. And a follow-up from Wilds might be able to center it up for one of their teammates, but they're going to drop it down in front of the goal, and it does get shot away by Antonio.
Cran with an attempted shot on goal. There's our first demo. Wilds on to CZC. Thrift, who was phenomenal in the series these teams played against each other. I think at one point scoring 5 goals for his team, is a player to watch out for, and they're going to try and center this one up. They'll fall off the wall, though, and be forced to retreat as Antonio hits it towards midfield. GA Baby tries to pass it to a teammate, but Wilds gets the revenge demo. GA Baby steals it away. Now it's all up to Thrift. 1v1 here versus Antonio. Gets a bump from behind and can't readjust the ball as GA Baby's shot bounces in.
There was kind of this weird pinch-off double commit on the Thrift happening here. You can see the one coming in from the front, as well as someone trying to boot them in from behind. I think between the two of those, they kind of zeroed one another out. It did end up going away from Thrift, but still the follow from Jababy was perfect.
Antonio with a nice win there. Ooh, Thrift goes over the ball. We get the demo off screen. At least we hear it onto Wilds. Chance here for the Lynx, but now with Wilds respawning, the Eagles have an opportunity as there is Wilds, fresh off the demo, gets the perfect revenge, scoring the goal.
I think they got an assist there from Thrifts as well. GA Baby was waiting, making sure there wasn't an easy clear, also ready for the follow-up. There's some great positioning from the Eagles. The Lynx are bunching up quite a bit, so they need to just try and spread out a little bit more after that kickoff. It looks like Thrift ended up winning it, though CCZ ended up having the first touch. Cran comes in, just misses the ball away from Thrift there. Wilds plays it off the corner. It's shot at the goal, but CZC saves it.
Oh, Cran now with an opportunity. Thrift immediately steals that one away. Does get bumped out, way out of the play as Jababy comes racing in, looking to pass it to Thrift, who's in midfield. The ball's just behind him. And now Antonio has a great opportunity, going to pass it over to a teammate, but nobody's there. Wilds just simply clear it away. Nice dodge on the demo there is Jababy. And Thrift's attempt saved by Antonio. The Lynx playing with fire right now, but keep making all of these incredible saves.
Got Wilds coming in from the midfield, flying across, hits the sidebar, though. That's always everyone's bane of their existence every time they make one of those shots. Thrift gets a demo on Antonio, who's trying to get it clear for their team. Thrift sends it back over. It's returned with another volley from one of the Lynx players there. Thrift, though, trying to drive it into the net. It's saved by Cran.
Cran and CZC kind of right on top of each other. Jababy with the nice steal, but unfortunately the ball goes wide of the net. Wild back pass to Thrift off the crossbar. Wilds with the follow-up. One more crossbar. Where's Jababy? There they are.
There's Jababy.
Here comes Thrift. Oh, the crossbar preventing the Eagles from adding to their lead.
Got Wilds and Thrift kind of double committing there, sending it off the back wall. Thrift recenters though. Maybe I'm gonna say that was calculated between you two, and hopefully your coach will believe me later on. Bringing out their score to 3 with just a little under 2 minutes on the clock. They've double committed a few times though, and the Lynx can definitely capitalize on that. And 2 minutes is more than enough time to score 3 goals, so the Eagles got to be careful.
Off this kickoff here, Cran with the great win. Oh, might even bounce in the back of the net. CZC tries to lob it in, does get demoed. Jababy has the ball stolen away. Another demo onto Thrift. Potentially a chance here for the Lynx to capitalize. CZC shot just goes wide, and the Eagles should be able to corral it and start to dribble it upfield.
Ball unfortunately gets spiked off the ceiling there from Antonio's attempt to clear as Wild steals it away from them. Now they've just got to play it around one. CZZ, though, does a bicycle, saving the ball. It's going wide to the side of the field. Antonio elevates, sending it right in front of the net, but Thrift read it perfectly, send it back over towards the wall. CZZ at the mid, now trying to play it high in the air. One of the players from the Eagles did elevate, but misses it. Wild's now backtracking to get possession of the ball here. Antonio comes in, steals it away. Is there a follow-up shot there from Cran? There is. Is there enough speed, though? There is not. So CCZ comes in, and unfortunately, Jababy will ultimately get a nice clear there and take out Antonio in the same moment.
Minute left here. Can the Lynx put a rally together? Oh, scary spot there. CZC even get a little bit of a clip onto Thrift. But unfortunately, the ball's still going to get passed over to the orange side. Wild centers it up, but Cran is there. Has a great opportunity. Do they have enough boost to make this play? They center it up perfectly, but Jababy is there for the excellent defense. And now the Eagles might add on to their own lead, but it's turned away by the crossbar with some help from CZZ.
Thrift does take out Cran, though, so they are down one for a little bit. The ball just hits the top crossbar. Thankfully, CZC reroutes, comes back, and finds the back of the net. We've got 23 seconds left. If the Lynx can manage to score a goal off of this kickoff or shortly thereafter, we could see this tie up and bring us to overtime.
This kickoff is paramount, as Nerdy just said. If you're a Lynx fan, they've got to score here. It's a great start. Cran is racing in.
Yes,
and
Cran!
they get it. All right, we've got ourselves a game now.
That was a very interesting goal animation.
The Cowboy, I can always tell when new goal animations get released because every player all of a sudden puts them on. And I'm like, wow, I haven't seen that. Like the T-Rex I've seen a bunch of in recent weeks. The Cowboy just starting up here. So I can always tell what was in the battle pass without actually having to look at the battle pass.
It makes you seem like a pseudo-psychic because we've got Jababy here stealing Cran's shot on goal there. So great save. 9 seconds left on the clock. Is Jababy going to be able to carry it in, or will Wilds be able to get a touch on it? They do not. 3 seconds if the ball touches the ground. We're going to see overtime. And I think, no, it looks like CZC is going to try and stop it. Thrift comes in, spikes it over them, but it will hit the ground. Oh, wait, never mind. My bad. I thought there was a third goal there.
All good. It was a crazy game. I thought the Eagles were going to walk away with it, and then the Lynx came back, almost had that shot from CZC got in, would have had overtime. Well, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers that join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights. With our featured Rumbles, recruiters are taking notice as well. We talked about all the money that's gone to those players. If you want to score exposure and you want to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship, check them out, esportstower.com for more info. Game 1 goes to the Eagles, but overall, like a tale of two halves. The Eagles scored quickly. The Lynx slowly rallied back, and I'm very curious to see what the Lynx can do because it feels like they had so many great attempts. Some of those balls, again, I don't know how they didn't land, how they didn't go in the goal. They bounce off the crossbar. Feels like the Lynx are right there to making this a close series. Again, this was a 3-game series last week in the group stage, Nerdy. That was so close. I think every game was won by just one goal. We might have had a 1 or 2 overtime games. So these are two very, very close teams. Do not let game 1 fool you. This is not just going to be an easy Eagles win, I would be led to believe.
If the Eagles want to make it easier, my one thing of advice would definitely have to be to take Cran out, but Cran is very good at dodging demolition, so they'll just make you exhaust your resource. So be careful doing that. And Cran honestly, let's help your teammates facilitate you a little bit more. You are great at scoring goals. When you have the opportunity, you take advantage of it, but it's going to come down to your team facilitating that as well as not overcommitting on those attempts.
Yeah, speaking of Cran, was recently promoted to the Division 1 within the Esports Tower Club, so it's definitely shown in recent rumbles that he can compete with the top teams. So you called it, Nerdy. Got to be a player. You've got to focus down if you are on the Eagles. So the Eagles, I would have seen more from Thrift because Thrift had some great plays. As you mentioned, there was that one where Thrift and Wild, they're going to tell their coaches, we're going to tell their coaches it was all planned. We've seen the double commits plague a lot of these teams that are scoring goals. If they figure out those double commits, they can put up goals in bunches as we kick off game number 2 here. Wilds immediately puts it in off the kickoff. Self-goal and all. I think it was all them. Yeah, it was. No help from their teammates.
Perfectly off that corner pocket, off the ceiling spike nonetheless. It's a little bit hard to deal with. Thrift, it's like, I got it. Right into the middle of the net. No crossbar struggles whatsoever. As we go to the next kickoff, Thrift just barely loses it out. Thank you, CCZ, for shortening your name. It's still difficult to say that. And we've got Wild who retreated back, trying to play it around a couple players there of the Lynx, sending it to Thrift at the mid. Now we've got Jababy trying to take it away, but CCZ disrupts the passing lane. Thrift, though, a little bit of help, and Jababy was cherry-picking a little bit back there. Wasn't fully needed, but the ball still found the back of the net.
Just an overcommit there by the Lynx. Jababy, the closest one to the ball in case, I guess, the crossbar saved. Always good to have some insurance back there, but Thrift now on the board. It is 2-0 Eagles, 20 seconds into game 2. Antonio, though, gets a clean win off the kickoff, but Wilds is right there. Gets it under CZZ. Wilds looking for another goal, but Antonio throws them off just enough. Thrift going to run into them. We've seen that problem, and that's going to cost the Eagles another good shot on goal.
CCZ trying to take it up. They do spike it high in the air. It is disrupted a little bit. Antonio gets a shot on goal. It's saved by the crossbar's physics, so to speak, but Cran there for the follow-up will find the first goal for the Lynx.
Lynx deserved that one, as you said, Dirty. The crossbar makes the save. The Cran hits it into the crossbar again, and Jababy just unfortunately could not get on the right side of that ball. That is an excellent topper by Wilds. Makes me laugh every single time I see it. Wilds on that kickoff, not as dominant as their first one, as Antonio and CZC both commit, both miss on the ball, which is huge, as now Thrift can take it the length of the field, center it up in front of the net, but CZZ is there to clear it away.
Jababy tries to get in that passing lane. They send it back towards Wild. CCZ still there. Thrift takes them out, though. Now taking it up off the back wall, looking for a teammate to clear it to. They decide to drop it down. They do get the ball stolen away, though, by, I believe, Antonio right there. Well, now it was Crans. And now CCZ trying to retract just a little bit, but the ball still crosses that midfield. Wild's trying to come in. It's up in that back corner. Now taken away by Antonio, spiked high by Jababy into the center. Will Thrift be able to touch it? It drops down. Cran now has possession. This is their opportunity to turn it around, but Jababy comes in, spiking it back in front of the Lynx's net.
Oh, ball barely goes over. Thrift, Cran going to kind of just lob it down into the corner. Jababy clears it around 1 and 2, all up to Antonio. Thrift looking for the demo. Jababy over to Wilds, who bangs it in, and the Eagles have a 3-1 lead.
That was some beautiful teamwork from all the members of the Eagles there, though. A little bit of an overcommit. I mean, all three of them within slapping distance of the goal is not the best situation, but I mean, if you can guarantee the goal in that situation, it's okay. The Lynx might take advantage of that in coming futures. We see the kickoff go in favor of the Eagles. Jababy does lose out their shot on goal, though, to Cran saving it. CCZ takes it away from Cran, who looks like they're a little bit low on boost, so that was probably a team play right there, as Jababy takes it away, sending it into the corner, and Antoni sending it to CCZ.
Wild centers it up. I didn't know if Jababy was going to get there in time, and they do. Eagles just have so much pressure this game. A lot of their goals in game 1 were turned away by the crossbar. No such luck for the Lynx this time. The crossbar is not always on your side, and the Eagles have jumped out to a huge lead, but there's still plenty of time for the Lynx to fight back. We saw it in game 1 as CZC with the miss there. Crans, though, nice dunk around Wilds, potentially setting this ball up for a teammate. But CZZ gets the demo, not the ball, so unfortunately gets hit back to the orange side.
Cran elevates, though, to try and stop it. Looks like Wild read it, disrupted that one. Antoni taking it up the side into the mid, dropping it down in front of the goal, but Thrift in mid-flight will spike it away as Antonio drops down, taking out Jababy. Not stopping the Eagles' front push, though, into the Lynx territory on the goal. It ping-pongs around a few people, but Jababy follows up on Wild's shot to find the 5th goal for the Eagles.
CZZ, you don't want to get the demo after the goal is scored. That unfortunately does not help you too much. I think the demo can, yeah, you can hear the explosion there. You got to get the demo before the goal is scored, as Wild has been making some spectacular plays, has now 2 assists, 2 goals, and the Eagles out in front as Wild looking for the hat trick. What an insane, Wild just absolutely popping off this series.
That was an incredible play, if I'm being completely honest. Off the top, off their hood, semi-turtle goal there too. Nicely done.
Coaches have told us that Wild has improved a lot over the last few weeks, has contributed a lot of it to his in-game decision-making. He allows his teammates to be able to be set up. Great influence to his teammates, and right now he is showing all facets of it. 3 goals, 2 assists. Eagles out in front here in game 2, 6-1. Oh, they almost made it 7, and Thrift looks like he's gonna do just that, as Thrift's gonna put in the 7th goal for the Eagles.
See if I can get a nice close-up replay of that shot, because it looks like Thrift like barely touches it. Yeah, they got a little bit of an angle on it, just enough to prevent the crossbar from touching the ball.
The Eagles have come alive here in game 2. Did not expect this. The Lynx, I don't know if they'll be able to stage a frantic comeback like they did last time, but there's still plenty of time, almost just under 2 minutes left in this as Cran lobs it on net. Wilds, though, going to be able to clear this one away, get some help from Jababy, one of the few mistakes the Eagles have made in terms of a double commit. Couple of misses as well. CZC's got an opportunity, but it looked like they were going for the demo, not the ball, and now Antonio's going to have to corral it at midfield.
Got Thrift trying to take it away from Antonio. They disrupt him just enough to prevent it from being a nice goal for them. Jababy does get the save. It's now crossing the midfield mark. Jababy sends it over to Thrift, but it looks like Antonio will beat them to it as CCZ takes out Wild somewhere off screen. They do respawn in time to be back in the goal. Now Antonio takes a shot. Wilds can't get a touch on it. The assist from Cran. The Lynx find their 2nd goal.
Minute 17, going to be kind of risky as Antonio just gets a great play. That's why you always have somebody 3rd in the rotation. Even Wild's calling that one calculated there. We'll see what this kickoff has in store. The Lynx will probably need like 3 insane kickoffs. We'll see what they can do on the first one. The answer is immediately no, as Thrift wins that one with ease, sets up Jababy. But Jababy goes over the ball. They center it up one more time, and now Antonio with a huge clear. But Thrift was right there to be able to redirect it.
Thrift now trying to play it around Antonio. They do that, spiking it high for Jababy. Thrift recenters the shot off that crossbar. Will they be able to have the follow-up? They do not. Now the net's completely open. Antonio will take advantage of that, and there, I think that's the Batman logo, but that also sounds like the World War Z, like, horn sound for that goal.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Yep. Yeah, it is. It is. It definitely is the World War Z horn with the Batman logo. Interesting combination there, Psionics. Thank you. Again, you know, it's Halloween. I appreciate it. We have bats flying all over our arena on some of our projectors. Not literally, thankfully. We'll see what Antonio could do. Maybe get a hat trick. Look at all those demos for CZC. Sitting on 5 of them. Unfortunately, one of the few times that the team with more demos has not come out on top in the Esports Tower. CZC looking to dribble it upfield. Not able to find it. Wilds Antonio going to collide. 30 seconds left here. The Eagles would think are going to win this game, Nerdy, but the Lynx are giving it all they have as CZC misses on it. As I say that, I caster curse them, and the Eagles get another goal and another hat trick, this one for Thrift.
Unfortunately, Thrift saw the double commit right there that happened between a couple members of the Lynx, realizing that that meant CCZ was the only one who had the opportunity to rotate back, who unfortunately they did not get enough speed to catch up to that ball, and now we are in hot water for the Lynx. They need to score a goal here fast as we've got 18 seconds left on the clock. Jababy doesn't care about the time bank, scores another goal for the Eagles.
Now everybody on the Eagles has a hat trick. Interesting kickoff strategy there. I don't know if CZC, you know, thought they were the kickoff person, but they just like turned around, not let the Eagles win that kickoff with ease, and probably puts to bed any chances the Lynx have of coming back here. There's another demo for CZC. They could say they are the demo champ this game far and away. Unfortunately, the demo is not the score we're keeping track of as the time will tick down. Antonio will almost put it in on net, and it will go in with 1 second left, and Jababy will get the Eagles to a clean 10 in game 2.
Coach Jake, just know that, yes, I enjoy the demolitions, but I'm not saying prioritize that over positioning.
I did think CZC snuck in a couple post-buzzer demos, at least one where the goal had already been scored and they sneak off and give the demo when everyone else is celebrating. So Those don't always count. Our scoreboard will count them, but in the long run, those don't mean anything as we get out of game 2, completely different from game 3. I think both those teams showed a lot of potential in game 1, Nerdy, and it was the Eagles who lived up to it and then some in game 2, putting on. Everybody gets a hat trick, 10 goals, a ton of great assists. And now we'll see what the Lynx can do in game 3. They have the roster to do it with CZC. I believe that is Crazy Cat, just getting a little funky with the acronyms, Cran and Antonio. They have the horses to keep up with the Eagles. They just got to cut down on those early mistakes, those early double commits that you were talking about.
Yeah, and other than that, I think they'll be able to go toe-to-toe with the rest of the Eagles. Just Crazy Cat. I understand the demos are great. They're flashy. They're fun. They make cool noises. But you don't need to always be going for the demos every minute of the game. I mean, you're fantastic at them. Don't get me wrong. But just do it when your team is going for the goal.
And I will say this does speak a lot to what we've been told by the coaches. The Eagles have worked on consistently getting dribbles and flicks after taking possession of the ball and not just lobbing it down the field. And a lot of their goals have come from getting possession, setting up clean passes. As we kick off game 3, we'll see what will happen. We'll see if the Eagles can get our second sweep of the night as the shot goes on the net from the Lynx, and it's high. Wild's looking for a rebound. Couple of misses there. Jababy really makes it a triple commit, but there is no punish as Thrift passes it to Jababy, popped up in the air. There's a demo that matters, though, from CZZ.
Allows CZZ to take it across the field. They now have to find a centering follow-up for Cran. Antonio waiting at the mid. Nice positioning there for the Lynx. Can they stop Jababy from carrying it in? It goes and playing off that back wall. CZZ will find it, sending it over to the side. Wild and Thrift, though, get a shot on goal saved by CZZ.
CZZ, Crazy Cat doing everything they can to keep the Lynx in this one. Antonio, great little pop-up there. We've seen a lot of early double commits from the Eagles that maybe the Lynx could punish. But Thrift comes out of nowhere to make a fantastic save. There's another one of those demos. Thrift starting to call CZC savage. And now these demos are paying off for them, Nerdy, because it's really helping their team out.
They're doing them at great times now, not just kind of haphazardly whenever they have the opportunity. As Wild now sends it to Thrift, who that was a beautiful shot and play. It was very smooth.
Yeah, that was fantastic from Wild. This is a great angle from Thrift. The drop off and then bumping Cran out of the way. Thrift gets credit. Wild deserves a ton of it, though. That was, as you said, a smooth play from those two members of the Eagles. Gets them in the lead here. About a minute gone by in game 3. Right off the kickoff, a scary spot. Oh, Wild's just missed on it.
You know, that was a good thing for the Lynx. I'm going to say that was good.
Yeah, that was really good for the Lynx after a strong minute. Oh, that ball gets stolen away. CZC going to need a couple of demos here as Wild pounds the ball off the back, setting it up for Jababy. But Cran gets the great challenge here in the Lynx defense, holding strong, keeping them in the game. Oh, that's a risky pass.
And it looks like the Lynx are a little low on boost. Oh, never mind. They both grabbed the large boost there. As Crazy Cat tries to corral this ball down away from, it looked like Jababy, but Thrift comes in from this pass right. Actually, yeah, as Crazy Cat gets this one away, Jababy and Thrift. But the triple commit is a little risky, Eagles, if that had gotten cleared, just saying. But still, oh my goodness, look at Thrift's badges. Oh my gosh.
Thrift has more badges than everyone else in the game right now. Thrift has made it their personal mission to win game 3. We always joke the ICCU player of the game, you know, you need a whole team. Apparently not if you're Thrift. Thrift's just like, nah, I don't need a team.
I'm the most decorated Rocket League player. And as we say that, Thrift goes in for a shot. Saved by Antonio, though. However, the Eagles still have possession here in the corner. Crazy Cat taking it up the side, loses possession just a little bit. Follow-up from Cran will allow it to go crossing that midfield area. Jababy, though, takes it across over towards the corners. Two demolitions come out. One on Wilds, one on Thrift, same both from Antonio there. Still, though, not enough was done with that downtime for the other team to make anything happen as Wild grabs the ball. It hits that back wall. Will there be a follow-up? There will in the form of Thrift. Is it enough, though? It's not as Antonio comes in, spiking it towards the net. Jababy. Okay, there's just so many demolitions. There's gasoline everywhere. Okay, it's going to be dangerous from here on out. We've got Cran rotating back from Jababy. Shot on goal. There's no one there. It hits the crossbar, but thankfully, it saves the Lynx, and they're able to go back towards the Eagles' goal, and Thrift turns it away.
Thrift with a huge clear, gonna play it off the back wall. Wild misses again. Jababy kind of muscles it in with some crazy ping pong there. Eagles take the lead. Yeah, for all these demos, the Lynx aren't doing anything with them, Dirty, and eventually the Eagles get a goal here from Jababy. Everybody involved. Again, though, you know, you feel like the coach who's like, if you can't do that, but you keep getting away with it. The Eagles commit everybody. If the Lynx get one more save, they could easily get a cross-map goal with how aggro the Eagles have been on some of these shot attempts.
It's working, and it'll continue to work until it don't work, and that's just how it's going to be. And from that point on, I feel like the Eagles will learn their lesson on these double commits. They've spread out a little bit more here as Cran does get a nice clear. They have it down in the corner, but Jababy beats him out to it. They do steal it back away, passing it off that back wall is Antonio with a shot on goal. Saved by Jababy. Jababy now trying to take it up. Follow up from Thrift allowed to get all the way across the field. Antonio, unfortunately, will miss the ball, but it did get saved there by I believe, Crazy Cat.
Wilds pops it up in the air. Oh, Crazy Cat, that was a scary angle. You were driving at your own net. His Thrift shot goes wide. Wilds looking to pass it over to Jababy. Bounces it off the roof of Crazy Cat. A couple of great bumps by Wild, basically taking the whole team out of the play. Second attempt for Jababy goes wide. Under a minute left in this game 3. Finally, somebody for the Eagles gets a demo. Wild picking up 2 of them, but much like a lot of the Lynx's demo, there's really nothing that comes from it.
Might have just been an aggravated one that time as we see Thrift coming in. Unfortunately, both their shot and Jababy's shot will not find the back of the net. The crossbar is not being their friend right now, trying to help out the Lynx just a little bit more. Jababy playing it into the corner, sending it over to Wilds. There's 2 sitting in the net, though, and they do manage to clear it. That was a save for Crazy Cat.
They're still just sitting there. I guess if you don't want to allow any more goals, you put half your team in the net. Unfortunately, they both miss on one save, and Jababy will make them pay. We have seen a lot of this passiveness so far in the Esports Tower tonight. You cannot have 2 people in the goal if you want to be able to score, because eventually a double commit like that will happen.
This will be interesting to see if that happens again as we go into the next kickoff. Crazy Cat decides, no, I'm not staying in. Cran does not either, so that's going to be a change for this one. As Wilds comes in, it hits that corner, though, so the crossbar, once again, helping the Lynx. Shot on goal from Wilds, saved by the crossbar.
I do like the all chat we're getting. We've seen these players having a ton of fun with the built-in Rocket League chat. As Wilds with 3 seconds left will sneak another one in. 5-0 here for the Eagles. Again, this is an Eagles team that on paper you're like they're the 3rd seed in Group A. How are they making this happen? Again, they have gotten the group of death every single week, and it has been a trial by fire, and it's paid off because they have dominated this Lynx team that has looked very good at times. Off the kickoff, they're going to, oh, the crossbar stopped it. This Eagles team is sneaky, sneaky good, Nerdy, and I think if they get a cup or get in a group that isn't just loaded with top-tier talent, they could easily be a top-tier team in a few weeks.
Yeah, whose toes did you all step on at Esports Tower to always end up in the group of doom?
Again, our Octane Cup, our highest seeded cup of the night, is the 2 teams that were in the Eagles group. That is why they find themselves in the Dominus Cup. I think they can get it done, but we will have to wait until next week. Maybe finally they'll maybe, you know, suck up a little bit, but please, you know, can we not have the Ghost Barracudas, Milford High, and the Galaxies all in the same group? Please? Somehow they'll find themselves in the group with all those teams. Luckily, they've been spread out, but we will take a quick break. Coming up next is the Fennec Cup. It is the 2 highest seeded teams from Group B. It is the Mammoths and Vipers who had a crazy epic series last week. We will see who comes out on top as we start to wind down Week 4 in the Esports Tower Rumble for the Cup stage games. It's the Fennec Cup, and it's coming up after this break.
NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Welcome back into this broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble, starting to wrap up week 4 here in the Esports Tower Rocket League Rumble. It is the Cup games. We're getting down to the best of the best. Broadcasting it live from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. Fish and Nerdy here calling all of the action. It's time for the Fennec Cup between the Mammoths and the Vipers, a showdown between the 2 highest seeds in Group B. And these are longtime esports teams, Nerdy. We have seen the Mammoths and Vipers almost, it feels like, since week 1. The rosters have changed, the players have changed, but it's glad to see some old names back in it, even if it's no the teams we remember, because it's nice to have that familiarity for some teams that are still performing very, very well in the Esports Tower all these months later.
The Mammoths especially have stuck out to me quite a bit in a good way. They have had a lot of improvements since our summer series, and it feels like every week they're just improving. I'm excited to see what they bring to the table this evening, especially because, you know, they are in our 2nd seed highest cup here. So that means they've been working their booties off lately, and it's been paying off.
Yeah, Mammoths actually went undefeated in our group stage, coming in as the higher seeded team. Did not even drop a single map. A bunch of 2-0s, fueled by individual talent, which is always a very interesting thing because that can either go really, really well or completely blow up in your face, because we're going to see some incredible solo plays. And unfortunately, it's kind of been a theme tonight. We might see a lot of double and a lot of triple commits if you're used to in your solo queue games being that guy or that person to go get the ball, and then all of a sudden your teammates also, well, I'm usually that person in my solo queue games. So solo queue players can either have phenomenal plays or it can absolutely blow up in a team's face. It worked for the Mammoths in the group stage. I'm curious how it'll go in our Fennec Cup.
Use your comms.
Yeah.
I know Rocket League is not like well, you know, the loudest one, let's be honest, is Overwatch. It's nothing like Overwatch as far as comms that go, but just, you know, that simple "I got it" is enough to prevent a double commit in most cases, unless someone has like ear blinders on and is not listening.
Unless you all say "I got it," and then you drown each other out. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because we've seen a lot of double commits tonight. But let's throw it to Doc's keys of the game, because we've also seen a lot of Doc's keys. Create mistakes, punish the overcommit. Eagles didn't quite get punished, but it's definitely something that I think the Mammoths and the Vipers can do. Don't overstay, leads back to that second bullet point, and then bump and demo to disrupt has been on full display tonight. Unfortunately, as the Lynx can attest, it doesn't always go your way when you get demo happy. You got to time them right, which is something Doc always talks about. A demo is not worth anything unless you can make a play off of it. It's presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. We'll see what these two teams can do. It is the Fennec Cup. It is Mammoths and Vipers. They met in the battle for the top seed of Group B in our final group stage game last week. Mammoths took that series home 2-0, and let's hop right into it. See if this individually talented Mammoths roster can get it done against the Vipers, who have some players that you'll recognize. Jockstrot filling in for the team this week has been a talented player who's been all over the place in the Esports Tower. Be very excited to see what they will do alongside Climb One and Bagel as we kick things off here. Mammoths in the red, Vipers in the green. As we're going to see, I think we have
a disconnect, possibly.
I think we like to get creative with the colors. And I think one of our players may be struggling with the colors because they're not used to, they're used to the default blue and orange.
That could also be a colorblind issue if someone's not used to it. Those are two colors that very commonly are an issue of color blindness.
Looks like, it does look like the Viper or the Mammoths are going to agree to give a goal, reset.
That's good sportsmanship.
All right, now we look, looks like that player said they've got it. Good sportsmanship, as you said. All right, we'll just pretend it's like 0-0. We just took off 15 seconds. That's about all we'll really pretend. Everything else, I think we're good to go. Everything else will be full speed. Should be normal Rocket League from here on out. All right, everybody's good to go. We'll kick off this one with a little bit of a hiccup as Hoggy Bear going to try and get a setup for Ender here. Great shot, but turned away by Climb One. And now Jockstrot, who's made so many spectacular plays, makes another one for the Vipers.
So used to Jockstrot being in what is the equivalency of the Fortnite bus or even the Ghostbusters van at one point, I believe. A little different of a car change for them. Gonna take some adjusting for me, Jockstrot. I'm a little sad, but it's okay, I understand.
They're making some spectacular plays. Jockstrot. Again, they're filling in this week for the Vipers. This is a player we've seen a ton of as Bagel has to come flying in. There's a lot of dedication to what the coaches are teaching Bagel. He's been actively trying to incorporate those into his play style. The coaches are very impressed with the growth he's had so far in this Esports Towers. Potato, obviously the Idaho favorite here in the Esports Tower for obvious reasons. Can't quite get to that ball, but Bagel's shot is wide.
We have Hoagie Bear now centering it up for Ender Crafter there. And from basically midfield, finds the goal.
That's a great pass, Ender Crafter. We talked about it, punished the overcommit. Didn't happen in our last series, but it happens here from Ender. 2-2 now for the Mammoths and Vipers. Not even a minute gone by. This looks like it's going to be a high-scoring, high-flying series as Ender wins that kickoff. Jockstrot is there, but here comes Hoggy Bear with a great little shot, and it just rolls in.
3-2 though. We've got quite a bit of time left in this one. Easy opportunity for either side to either tie it up or run away. We'll have to see. This next kickoff, I think, will determine whether or not the score is going to tilt in either direction. We've got 4 minutes and 4 seconds left though, so that's plenty of time.
Great win off the kickoff for the Mammoths. Scary spot to be, but it looks like Bagel will just lob a shot down. Ender's going to have to be forced to make a great save, but Bagel not done yet. Potato, though, is there, looking to get this clear away from Climb One as well. Over to Ender, pops it up in the air. Is there a teammate there to make a play? Jockstrot will turn that one away and maybe start to set the Vipers up on the attack here.
Hoagie Bear gets a nice pass over towards Ender Crafter there, but it is disrupted by Climb One and Bagel, both kind of double committing and bunching up in the goal. Ender Crafter will drop the ball down onto Hoagie Bear, who gets a little help from Ender Crafter yet again, passing it over to one of their teammates, but stolen away back over towards the Mammoths goal. Jockstrot just rolls it in around one of the Mammoths players.
I thought if Jockstrot would have taken this shot, I thought he was going to get punished for waiting so long, but that's why he's such a talented player. Rolls it in past Ender. The hats fall down onto Jockstrot. Already a hat trick. We'll see if Climb One and Bagel can give him some support as Jockstrot gets another one right off the kickoff.
All right, Jockstrot, I'm not saying this because I absolutely am positive it's going to happen, but you might spend a lot of time here demoed and looking at the respawn screen. It might happen.
We actually have not seen it. Oh, we actually, never mind. Ender's got a couple. I haven't seen a couple, but I think you're right. Jockstrot is probably going to be the target of all that aggression as Ender now comes around, trying to set it up for a teammate.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Just like that. This is a crazy. It's like 4-4, and we're barely 2 minutes into the game.
All right. So as CEO is going to be, we're going to go all the way into a 5-game series here, most likely, and overtime with every single game. We can say goodbye to our voices. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. It's good Rocket League.
And every game's going to take 10 minutes with how many goals we're getting scored. We'll be here for a while just for this series. As very interesting. That ball just kind of rolled around in the mid for a long time. Protato finally clears it past Jockstrot, plays the rebound and sneaks it in. And just like that, it's 5-4, Mammoths.
It'll stay like that for the next 20 seconds. Maybe 20 seconds before it's 5-5.
Yeah, it depends on if Jockstrot's taking the kickoff. This has been a wild series, had a wild start. Has stayed absolutely crazy. It does not look like Jockstrot had the kickoff there. It was Bagel, and it does go the way of the Mammoths. Oh, that shot does go wide now, and Jockstrot gonna look to lob it on net, but Protato able to make a nice save.
Protato now elevating with that ball. Bagel tries to meet them, but misses. However, that shot on goal is saved by Climb1. It's still here on the side of the Vipers. We got to find a clear here for the Vipers in order to turn this one around in their favor. Climb1 stalls out a little bit, takes the ball past a couple members of the Vipers, but it does get cleared all the way back down towards the, my apologies, back down towards the Vipers' goal. Hoagie Bear collides with someone in mid-flight, though. Vipers don't have nice possession as Bagel elevates to take a shot on goal. Unfortunately, goes a little bit too wide of one side of the net.
Oh, Jockstrot barely misses that one. Ender does get credited for the save. Bagel gonna pop it up in the air. But unfortunately, it was a bit wide of the net. Now Protato can go chasing after. You can see all three members of the Mammoths racing after the ball. We talked about this as individually talented team working together in a team play aspect has been a bit rough here in game one as Ender can't quite find that ball. Protato looking to maybe make a play on it, but Climb1 be the one to dribble it out. Protato at least able to make a stop, prevent a shot on goal.
We've got Bagel who sends the ball up to Jockstrot in the midfield there. Climb1 gets a shot on goal, turned away by Protato yet again, who's made a lot of great saves this game thus far. Hoagie Bear rotating back, getting that boost, trying to come in here, preventing this pass from happening. They steal it away, send it to the corner, but Jockstrot's just waiting. But they do get taken out by Hoagie Bear. That is the demolition we're talking about, but the follow-up shot from Endercrafter just a little too high.
Hoagie Bear gets a nice setup, does bump Climb1 out of the way as well. Climb1 gonna take a shot. Ender barely gets up in time. Recentered for Bagel. But unfortunately, their shot is wide as well, but they still have a chance here. Do the Vipers with a minute left. The scoring has calmed down drastically here. Climb1 with a bad touch on it. Bagel and Jockstrot now both have to retreat. Protator looking for a play as Hoagie Bear going to get a demo off screen, but it doesn't look like it's going to be punished, luckily, for the Vipers. And now another demo. Woo! That was a good save by Bagel.
That was a great demolition. I'm not going to argue that. As we see Bagel stealing the ball away, being a bit aggressive there. All three members of the Mammoths bunched up a little bit as we hit that last 30-second mark. The Vipers need to find a goal here if they want to take us into overtime or possibly have enough to get an equalizer, but the Mammoths have had dominating side and possession of the ball thus far. As Endercrafter tries to steal the ball away, they get enough of a touch to force it to one side of the field. And it looks like we've got the Mammoths now on the Viper side trying to find a goal yet again for that security goal.
5 seconds left. Can the Vipers go coast to coast? Protato trying to end it. The ball will be kept alive.
Oh, no.
Jockstrot has an opportunity. Oh, they got saved there by Ender. That ball was about to touch the ground. Bagel has to keep the ball alive. Both sides not looking to ground it, which you think the Mammoths might want to do. Jockstrot barely sneaks it away. It gets stolen by, I believe that was Protato. And the series, at least game one, will end in explosive fashion there. Well, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights with our featured Rumbles recruiters taking notice as well. It's a great way to score exposure looking to start your path to pro, or if you're looking to land a collegiate scholarship. That was just game one, Nerdy. That was absolutely insane from start to finish. And I really do think that for the side of the Mammoths, that solo play mentality really kind of affected them. I felt like every time I looked, Hoagie Bear was chasing the ball, regardless of if there was another teammate there. They got to be very careful they don't fall into pure solo queue, because I think the Vipers are the better team and can take advantage of it.
Yeah, double commits, I feel, across the board tonight, probably been everybody's worst nightmare, short of the crossbar. This next game, though, might lean more in the Vipers' favor. Though that first one, the Mammoths definitely side control-wise, ball possession-wise, had, I think, way more time than the Vipers. I could be wrong. We don't have a stopwatch here to keep track of that. However, if the Vipers start capitalizing on those double commit opportunities and the over commits, and the Mammoths do like to bunch up a lot, so it's not just a double commit sometimes it's even a triple commit, the Vipers can have the opportunity to turn this one around.
We will see what can happen in game two. It was a very close game, one of our closest of the night. We'll see if anybody can slow things down or if we're going to have another absolutely insane scoring bonanza. Is right off the kickoff, Endercrafter trying to set up a teammate. Hoagie Bear goes over the ball. Ender goes under the ball. But Hoagie Bear will be able to capitalize, somehow get that ball back. Absolutely incredible play there, but Bagel put an end to all of that. Centered in front of the net, Potato pushes it just far enough right to affect that shot from Climb One.
Got Climb One now trying to get the ball back. It does look like Jockstrot will send it over to the side to Bagel. All three members of the Mammoths bunched up here in the corner for the defensive play. It is going to be taken away by Potato, but Climb One steals it from them. Playing it off the wall is Jockstrot trying to get a goal opportunity for one of their teammates. Bagel playing it off the side again, but no one's there for the follow-up as all of the Vipers have already rotated back. The Mammoths now looking for their shot as it gets cleared again by, I believe that was Jockstrot. It was, but the shot on goal is saved by Endercrafter.
Ender does get it around Climb One, just barely. Potato off the side wall, sneaks it around Bagel. Jockstrot, though, in the goal. Gonna make the easy save. Now Hoagie Bear looking to center it for a teammate. Bagel, though, will clear it away. Potato immediately launches it back. It's gonna roll right in front of the net. Climb One, though, adjust properly, and we can see there, look at all that boost for the Mammoths. Meanwhile, the Vipers running very, very low, but luckily the Vipers cleared away and should be able to get some of that boost back.
Got Jockstrot colliding with one of their teammates, unfortunately, as we have Bagel send it into the corner trying to see if Jock's going to follow it up. They do not. The ball's centered up, but it does get cleared by Endercrafter. Bagel taking it off the wall, trying to elevate. The physics were not in their favor on that one as Potato sends it over them, over into the corner. Potato now having to beat it around two of the players of the Vipers, but Hoagie Bear comes in, helps them out, and finds the first goal of this round. Took almost 2 minutes, though, so the pace is definitely different for this one.
A great defense there by both teams. Hoagie Bear, I don't know how he scored that. I did not think that was going to go in the back of the net, but they do put it in. You said a lot slower of a game than we saw in game one. That was 5-4. Is right off the kickoff. Endercrafter looking to add to the Mammoths lead. Climb One hanging out on the wall. Not going to be able to find it, and Bagel will pinch that ball off Ender to be able to start the clear for the side of the Vipers. Climb One with a great lob down, centered off the wall to Jockstrot, who bangs it in. It's a 1-1 game.
All right, quickly returning back to the trend of the previous game. Let's see if this score trend keeps up. If there's another goal scored in the next 30 seconds, then yeah, it's probably going to be like the last one.
Got to get those demos onto Jockstrot. Nerdy hit on it. Jockstrot is popping off. Look at the medal discrepancy for the Vipers. All the shots and the only goal coming from Jockstrot, who makes a fantastic save up on the crossbar. Hoagie Bear just kind of sneaks it in. But Endercrafter, I think, maybe trying to help that ball go in the back of the net, ends up rolling it right across the goal line. It's Climb One and company looking to set things up. Here is Jockstrot. What can he do? Pops it up in the air, pass back to a teammate. Bagel's shot, though, turned away.
That was almost a perfect pass back, just a little bit off to one side. It's okay, it happens as we see a shot on goal come out from Potato. Saved by Jockstrot, who gets that Savior medal right there. Nicely done, as now they take it up the side here. They've got two to beat. Potato comes in, stealing the ball away just a little bit. Bagel comes back in to help out. Hoagie Bear taking up off the back wall. Does lose their dribble, though. Nothing to worry about as no one's there to take advantage of it. Now they're going a little bit slow, but Climb One decides to take them out to give their team the upper hand.
Climb One looking to capitalize off that demo. Not able to find the back of the goal. Hoagie Bear over to Potato, but the shot hits off the crossbar. That was an excellent setup, but Jockstrot now Able to clear it away as the Vipers get a sigh of relief, but only for a moment. It's still in front of the net. Hoagie Bear takes the shot. It's still bouncing around off the crossbar. I don't know how the Vipers have kept this ball out of the back of the net.
That was the gaming gods helping them out. That ball, it looked like it was going to go in. Jockstrap also just had a great dribble all the way back towards the Mammoth's net with a little bit of help from one of their teammates. They stop also the return flight of the ball at the midfield. Climb one takes out Potato. Let's see if the Vipers can use this opportunity to get the ball in. Climb one coming back from the back of their own side of the field. Ooh. Shot on goal. Saved right to Potato off the respawn.
Endercrafter gonna dribble it up in the air. Looks like Potato can't keep it alive. It's up to Hoagie Bear. Last one in front of the net. Makes a mistake. Climb one. And Jockstrap racing in as we go under 60 seconds. The Vipers have the lead off of this great play.
All right, Mammoth, see, you didn't take Jockstrap out. You haven't been making them sit and watch the replay and respawn counter long enough. They're making magic happen.
They have been doing a fantastic job. See if they can maybe win this one. Great win off the kickoff. Oh, scary spot for the Mammoths. As now that ball gets cleared away. Jockstrap hits it the wrong direction. They'll climb one with a scary hit as well, but luckily Jockstrap pushes Hoagie Bear out of the play, and it looks like the Vipers have held on for now. And they should be able to. Ooh, this is a great setup here for Endercrafter and company, though.
We've got 34 seconds left on the clock. The ball is still on the Viper side of the field. The rotations have come out from the Mammoths to allow some, Hoagie Bear to get a shot on goal. Bagel does save that, though. Potato looking like they're trying to help out Hoagie Bear to see if there's going to be another goal-scoring opportunity. Bagel spikes it high at the midfield. Potato drops it down, though. Has the opportunity to turn this one around. Does a pass back, but it goes to the Vipers on accident. Now we've got Hoagie Bear going forward, trying to score the goal. Bagel slams into them to prevent it from going in. It looks like the Vipers are going to walk away from game 2 with the win.
Oh, maybe not.
No.
These players have kept these balls alive in situations where you wanted to see them ground it. Maybe the Vipers looking for one more goal. Endercrafter, that shot not high enough. The GGs come out, and we will be tied at 1 aside. This series has makings of the best series of the night so far. Of course, we haven't seen our last one, but this has been the most close games. Usually, we've seen a close game 1. Game 2s have been blowouts. It was a great job by the Vipers, and the goal scoring just went away. Nerdy, he went from 5-4 to just 2-1. A lot of close chances, but not enough to put it in. Totally different game in game 2.
Maybe game 3 will be back to the insanely fast goal scoring.
Maybe.
And game 4 will go back to the slower paced one. Who knows? This is going to be our longest game thus far because as both teams having one apiece guarantees we'll at least see a game 4. I'm excited to see what the rest of these games have in store, but like I said, Jocks, you might start spending a lot of time on that respawn screen.
Yeah, I would love to see the Mammoths just go for a bunch of demos on to Jockstrap. He's a very talented and seasoned player, though, so if anyone knows how to avoid the demos, olay them, as we sometimes say, it would be Jockstrap as they start off with a demo, but this one on to Climb One. Hoagie Bear not quite able to find it. Endercrafter going to lob it down on net. It is a bit wide, though. Jockstrap just hanging out in the net. Going to make the easy save, but it does get assisted by his teammate. There's the bump, at least. But shot wasn't strong enough to punish him.
We've got Jockstrap having a collision there with, it looked like, Potato. Just enough to allow Hoagie Bear to get possession with the ball from Potato. Shot on goal that's saved by Jockstrap. That's 2 saves already for Jocks on 2 shots on goal coming out from Potato. So those two are going toe-to-toe right now. Potato trying to steal it away, take it up the side, plays it around 1, but Jockstrap reads it perfectly, sends it right back. Potato lobbying it back right over towards them again. Now trying a different tactic, spiking it into the air, taking it to the midfield. Their teammate elevates to try and tee it off them, but unfortunately they do miss that shot.
Oh, Endercrafter gets it, though. That was probably the first time we've seen a lot of double commits by the Vipers here. I mean, everybody's in front of the net. Oh, Bagel even bumps Jockstrap out of the way. I did not see that in real time, and that you cannot have happen, unfortunately. Not in front of your own net. Can't run into your own team.
No, you got to be kind to one another. We might see an apology later on if it happens again. Look at those medals, though, for Potato. You can definitely tell they're putting in work for the Mammoths. It paid off in the form of that first goal. Took a little less than a minute, though, so this is definitely following the trend of our last game. Slower paced. Hopefully they'll prevent more double commits from happening if people are taking more time here, as we see Bagel steal the ball away, trying to play it off that corner. It does look like they get some help from Jockstrap, who's going to, actually no, that was Kleinmon who drops it down to the midfield, forcing Endercrafter to elevate, dropping it down, and it's stolen away on the ground by Bagel.
Oh,
is it going to go in with no help? It goes in with the help from Potato on their own shot.
I was wondering if they were going to get punished for Ender not being able to get to it, but as you betcha, Potato followed it the whole time. Hoagie Bear, why are you right behind him? Like, why?
That could have been bad.
They did. Again, we feel like, you feel like the coach who's like, stop doing that, please, but it keeps working. But just stop. Someone will make you pay for it.
It's going to stop working at some point, and then you're going to be really sad about it. Please take our advice on this.
Well, so far, the Mammoths haven't been able to score a single goal here in Game 3. Ball bound in front of the net. Potato kind of gets knocked away. Bagel keeps it alive off the side wall. Back past the Jockstrap. Climb one, kind of going to double commit on that one there for the Vipers, who have had their fair share of double commits as Climb one just blasts Potato out of the way to keep the Vipers' possession going here.
Got Bagel, plays it off the wall, over to Climb one. Follow-up shot on goal from Jockstrap. It looked like it got a slight touch there from Climb one, just in the momentum and position of it, just a little bit. Not enough, though, to allow it to sneak into the goal as Potato has the ball turned away. Endercrafter, though, saving it, making sure they're in great position there, not over-committing like we've seen in the past. Potatoes save on the ball. They're actually... Hoagie Bears gets spiked high, and it's still over here in front of the Mammoths goal, though.
I don't know how the Vipers have not been able to score on all of these fantastic chances. Once again, held scoreless. Hoagie Bear going to center it up for a teammate. There's Ender, finally. Once again, that solo queue mentality may be coming out there. That was a free goal set up there from Hoagie Bear. Once again, the ball in front of the net, but this time Bagel and Jockstrap will get there and look to start the break, get back in this game. Ender, though.
Ender, that might be perfect.
Oh, Bagel was there. Bagel made the great play staying back.
Yes, nice job, Bagel. Proud of you. Now you got to play it around one, but unfortunately the spike is read by Potato. Jockstrap will elevate to keep the possession alive for the Vipers. It does get turned away by Hoagie Bear, though, as Hoagie now getting booped around a little bit, and the goal still alive, though. Takes the ball off that wall, sends it over to Potato. As we see two members of the Vipers collide yet again, not something you want to continue to see. Hopefully they start apologizing, as we see it looks like Jockstrap gets a nice clear over towards the side.
Ball's going to roll right in front of the net, but Jockstrap is there. But unfortunately, the Vipers are just simply running out of time. Less than 90 seconds left, down 2 goals. Still can easily make a comeback here. Hoagie Bear, scary spot there, going to combine with Potato to clear that one away. Hoagie Bear now dribbling it up the field, gets turned away, but still going to be able to race to the corner, get the full boost, reset to a teammate again. Teammate's not quite there in time.
Now we've got Hoagie trying to battle out two members of the Vipers with the ball. It does look like Bagel lost their dribble just a little bit in mid-flight there. Actually, that was Jockstrap. Bagel now racing back, trying to make sure they don't leave that goal open. Hoagie Bear has an opportunity, but the ball is disrupted by two members of the Vipers. Being shot on goal there by Jock's going to be turned away by Potato.
Bagel keep this ball alive. Vipers probably need a goal in the next 15 seconds or so to give themselves a chance. Instead, Potato might look to put it away. There's a demo and a save. Could be huge. Hoagie Bear, though, with a nice hit, keeps it alive. Endercrafter just sneaks it on net, but it's not fast enough. Now Climb one can start to dribble it out, but immediately denied by Potato. Jockstrap's clear, also turned away. Here comes Hoagie Bear. Shot's not strong enough, but right now the Mammoths are just killing time, and I don't think there's going to be enough left for the Vipers on the clock. The Mammoths should win this one when time ticks down, because you cannot score 2 goals in Rocket League in 0 seconds.
Are they going to let the ball hit the ground? They do.
This time they do. Again, probably the biggest blowout, if you will, of that series, and it was only 2 goals. Great job by the Mammoths. I think they still have quite a lot of double commits. You and I don't want to say we're hoping they get taken advantage of on those double commits, but it's kind of like those ones there's a catch, like, that's a bad double commit. And then they still score. And you're like, no, stop scoring. You can't keep doing that. And I think I'm surprised the Vipers haven't taken advantage of it, but a player like Jockstrap probably has to recognize that. I would assume the Vipers are going to punish those double commits the Mammoths have. At least Jockstrap's going to be able to recognize it and maybe help the rest of their team out.
Yes, but also the Vipers are doing their fair share of double commits as well.
True.
We definitely saw, even on the defensive area where their ball wasn't by them, we could see it in the back of the camera that there were collisions happening between Vipers players. It's just, you got to play around each other and play with each other, not against each other.
Yeah.
Something that comes with time. I understand Jockstraw is a fill-in this case, so their playstyle might be a little bit different, but you got to adapt quickly and work around it.
Yeah, I know Jockstraw had done some coaching in the Esports Tower, so the great practice here for Jockstraw, trying to help Climb One and Bagel figure out what's going wrong. Again, easily could get a Game 5 here. It's already our longest series of the night. Everything else has been a sweep. We'll see if the Vipers could get us to our first Game 5. First full-length series, even the best of sevens. We never saw a full-length Cup series. We'll see if that will be the case here in our Fennec Cup, or if the Mammoths will continue their undefeated run. They have finally at least dropped a map in this week's Rumble. But so far, the Mammoths looking like a strong team, potential challengers to whoever wins our last Cup of the night. But we'll get to that later. As right off the kickoff, Protato looking to center it up to Hoagie Bear, who sneaks it in. And the Mammoths score first.
I hope this replay has got a little bit more of a zoom in, because I need to see what happened here. I really thought that Climb One had that save. Jockstraw was just not quite at a sharp enough angle. That's unfortunate positioning. Our clock is stalled out. I promise the time has ticked off that clock. Yes, 1 second has ticked off the clock according to that. As you see, Bagel return the favor, scoring a goal off of an assist from Jockstraw.
We might have Game 1 on our hands with this quick score. Look at this play for Bagel. The double tap, sneaking it in. As Nerdy mentioned, our clock, it's spooky season. Weird things are happening to our, it is haunted. It'll, what, the kickoff. Okay, Ender was there. That was scary for the Mammoths, kind of fell asleep there. Maybe they're, were haunted on their end. But yeah, the clock will update every time someone scores a goal. It is not permanently paused. As Protato misses on that one. That was just an odd goal all around. No one played the kickoff, and then it looked like the Vipers just kind of stopped moving.
It's haunted. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, that Game 4 is apparently cursed. This is why no other series has gone to a Game 4. Because they're all scared of the cursed Game 4. Off this kickoff, we do get a more routine one here. Endercrafter going to put it up for Hoagie Bear, but they just drive past it. They look for the demo. Protato just kind of spikes it in.
All right, Jocks. Protato has been your rival this entire game. This is going to sound horrible, but you need to rule one that human being.
We have not seen too many Rule 1s recently at the Esports Tower. They're always a ton of fun.
I have seen it twice in the almost year and a half we've been doing this together, Fish. It has been hilarious and great sportsmanship every time we've seen it. I hope we do get to see one again, but I feel like if we're going to slow the Mammoths down, Jocks needs to take one for the team here and just rule one Protato.
Hopefully Climb One and Bagels, they double commit on that ball, will be able to help out Jocks. Got to make sure nobody comes for the demo either. His ball's right in front of the net. Jocks can't quite sneak it around. Hoagie Bear thought they were going to have a great clear. Hoagie Bear misses on it though. So does Bagel. Protato stopped by Climb One. Endercrafter, last line of defense, hits it off the back wall, but can't get the second touch on it. And now the game has started to slow down here a little bit. With probably about 3.5 minutes again, our clock is frozen, but when a goal does get scored, it will update.
We've got Endercrafter here spiking into the corner. Hoagie Bear tried to follow it up. Ender will take out Bagel, opening the goal completely, but the crossbar saves it for the Vipers. Now we've got, it looks like Climb One coming in. No, Bagel coming off the respawn, managing to clear it across over into the Mammoths goal, and it will get saved by Protato.
Protato down to Hoagie Bear, looking for a center. Drives right past the ball, unfortunately. And Climb One's going to be able to set this one up, but they drive past the ball. Now it's Jockstraw's turn, gets it around one. Oh, almost sneaks it around a second one. Jockstraw on the solo play, takes the shot.
Oh, Protato stopped it. See? You see what I'm saying, Jockstraw? Just rule one him. I know you'll not be doing much, but you can just talk to them. Have a good time together.
Love to see it here. I don't know if maybe you got to convince one of your teammates to rule one, right? Because Jockstraw's been the strongest player. Maybe you tell Bagel to go maybe rule one. I think Bagel has, you got the car advantage too. You could block him off as Protato makes another save. Somebody's got to deal with him though.
Right?
Somebody.
Protato is just trying to trying to go against Wilds for the most decorated player of this evening's series. They have a ton of medals to their name right now, not just in this game, but the other ones prior to this. Climb One takes out Hoagie Bear, but Endercrafter returns the favor onto Bagel, taking them out, so things even out for the respawn timers there. We do see some people getting booped around a little bit there in the goal. Bagel spikes it over one. Can they play it around Potato? They barely can. Their shot on goal kind of turned away by the physics of the game. Jockstrap there for the follow-up, but Endercrafter will send it away.
Oh, there's a demo. That could be huge. Jockstrap just needs to get a pass. It's stolen away, though, by Hoagie Bear. The ball goes wide of the net, though. And Protate. Oh, he did score. Okay. We entered the Matrix there for a brief moment in time. It truly is haunted.
Yup.
Now we get a view of this goal. That was scary. That was perfect timing, too. We should now get a clock update, though. All right, minute 42. Enough time, especially off a kickoff.
Woo! Climb One, nicely done.
Viper, we go 3 minutes without scoring, and then we get 2 goals back to back. Just sometimes players predict that hit, and when you're too fast to the ball, you kind of look silly.
Oops.
How'd that happen? Sometimes you're too smart for your own good. You're like, oh, I know I'm going to beat him to the ball, and then they'll great defense on the slide, and they just drive right past it, and they get a free shot on goal. As Climb One looking to will their team back into this series, but there's that man again. Somebody, please stop Potato. I don't know, go unplug his internet if you have to. Been everywhere tonight. Look at all of those medals. Unfortunately, Hoagie Bear does steal that ball away from them, and that's going to set up the Vipers with a great attempt on the net, but Jockstrap will be a little bit late.
Now got Hoagie Bear taking it up the side, does bounce off the sidewall, so they lose their dribble, allowing Bagel to get a touch on it. Endercrafter's there to help out Hoagie, though. There's no one at the net. It's off the back wall. Unfortunately, their follow-up touch was just not the right angle as Endercrafter puts it back in reverse as 1 minute left on the clock. 2 goals need to be scored by the Vipers. Jockstrap might just score one right here. Never mind, Endercrafter jumps into that path flight and takes the ball away.
Thought for sure Jockstrap was going to get them. They still have all the pressure, though, as Bagel going to center up. Potato, though, of course, will clear it away. Jockstrap does keep it alive, but Endercrafter making a nice little bicycle hit on it. Thought they had it clear, but they didn't hit the ball quite strong enough, so Jockstrap will keep it alive. Collision there for the Mammoths and their teammates. But luckily, Endercrafter bails them out as we drop under 30 seconds. Potato looking to go coast to coast, but it hits off the crossbar.
Hits the crossbar again right there, but that's more in favor of the Vipers. They get it clear. We are under 1 minute as the game's UI did update and let us know that one, thankfully. Potato spikes the ball high, still keeping it alive here on the side of the Vipers. We see Jockstrap trying to get it clear. It's disrupted by Endercrafter. 5 seconds left on the clock. 2 goals for the Vipers to score seems a little bit unlikely as we are now at the ball hits the ground. It's over, but the Mammoths doing it again, trying to keep it alive, going for another goal. Please just stop. Ball gets spiked to high by Climb One there as well. It looks like everyone wants to see it go in one more time, and with that, the Mammoths will win out that game.
Mammoths win the series, our longest of the night. Again, this means the Mammoths go undefeated in week 4. I'm very curious to see if they end up ending up in Group A, where we find our 2 best teams of the night. Again, Group A has been the group of death. We've seen the Barracudas, Ghosts. We're going to see Milford High again, and we're going to see the Galaxies. Mammoths, though, got to be impressed. Anytime you go undefeated in the Esports Tower, no matter what group you're in, Nerdy, it is very impressive.
Honestly, it's going to sound really bad, and hopefully none of the Eagles players take this personally. I hope they actually stay in Group A. It's kind of like the idea of, do you want to be the big fish in the little pond or a normal fish in the sea? And it's more of a learning opportunity and a higher learning curve for the Eagles if they stay in Group A. Yes, it's our group of death. I understand it's going to be hard, but every single one of those hard games is going to give you more opportunities to learn than it would be to be a kind of dominating force in the other group.
Yep.
Because then you tend to play a little bit more sloppy. So I'm sorry, Eagles. I'm going to go against Fish on this one and say you guys need to stay in the group of death. It'll be good for you in the long run, I promise, and I'm sorry for the suffering in the short term.
Well, speaking of the group of death, it is time for our final cup match of the night. It is the Octane Cup with the 2 highest seeded teams from Group A, including a high school team. Might sound familiar, that has never lost in the Esports Tower a single series. We will see if that happens for the first time tonight. One more break. We're back with the Octane Cup after this.
NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Team.
Welcome back into this broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble, broadcasting it live from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. It is the end of week 4 here in our cup stage, and it is time for the final showdown between the two highest seeds in Group A. It is Milford High, who remains undefeated in Esports Tower matches. They actually dropped their first ever map in the Esports Tower last week, I believe, to this Galaxy team, who they are taking on in the Octane Cup. Fish and Dirty here call it all of the action. Milford High looking to be another one of those dominating high school teams, but the Galaxy is a very interesting team. They have Enzos from the Ghosts, Esports Tower Ghosts, who we know are this kind of lab concocted team, and then two of their friends, Rev and DJ, making their first ever Rumble appearances, potentially seeing what the Rumble has to offer for them. So it's Milford High, it's the Esports Tower Galaxy. Galaxy are the only team that have beaten Milford High, so they have a really, really good chance here Dirty of making this a long series. But Milford High is in. We talked about the Mammoths being individually talented. Milford High is a particular player, Paranormal Patty, 19th on the NA solo ladders. Absolutely insane. You talk about focusing demos, Patty's got to be your target if you're getting the Galaxies if you want to win this one.
Or if you want to just rule one someone and not worry about the demo, granted you'll be
Sure.
out too. But
Exactly.
Patty will be that one. Patty did change their name to fit the spooky season, so I appreciate that. Patty, nicely done. But you might have a hard time this game just trying to spend a lot of your time laying demos, which I know you're capable of doing, but I'm interested to see what Galaxy brings to the table, as they are kind of, as you mentioned, more of like a group of friends that have been brought together, pulled in by the members of the Ghost to try out for Esports Tower to dip their toes in the water, see if they like it. And with that comes the camaraderie that you don't typically get when you're just kind of thrown together as a team, which for this high school, Rocket League, this Esports Tower tournament, the first time we saw them was their first time playing together. Though they did very well and still succeeded, the ability to play around one another had time to improve. However, our pseudo esports tower team that we have coming in the Galaxy might have a leg up because of the camaraderie and connection that they already have.
Well, let's hop into the Octane Cup here between Milford High and the Galaxy. Milford won their Octane Cup last week over the Barracudas. See if they can pick up another championship here or if the Galaxies can knock them off. This was a fantastic series, as we mentioned. The Galaxies look very strong, challenged Milford in our final group stage game, beat them in their first ever map. We'll see what DJ Enzo and it looks like Parson, changing their name from Rev, can do here in this one against Mad Marsh, Paranormal Patty, and Tragic. We talked about demoing Patty. He gets one step ahead of us, 30. He is actually going to get the demo onto Parsons. It is already a demo-happy game here in Game 1.
Enzo took out Mad Marsh in return for that one. Patty playing the ball off the wall from one of their teammates there. The red and the orange get a little bit hard for me to look at. They're
very confusing.
They already kind of, at least they changed the goal colors already. Thankfully, that'll make it slightly easier. So we have Enzo trying to drop the ball down here. It does look like a couple members have bunched up, though, and that is the double committing we've been seeing all night that we don't want to continue to see.
Galaxy, as we said, they look like one of the few rosters that can hold their own against Milford. We'll see if they're able to score first, as Parson is able to deny that, but we talked about him in the intro. Paranormal Patty gets the first goal, puts Milford on top 1-0 here in game number 1.
If there's one person to shut down, you gotta shut down Patty.
Exactly.
And as we mentioned, our scorecard is very haunted. That is not currently our game score. That is not currently the game clock. It will update, and it actually is ticking down. So our game score is currently haunted. There's a ghost. Paranormal Patty is on the field. We can say that it might be due to them.
Oh,
Tragic! What was that angle? How?
The Patty's not the only person you got to watch out for. This Milford team is so incredibly insane. Look at this goal. Spikes it down. No way anyone can get there. Absolutely insane. We talked about it. Milford just trying to get a lot of competition experience, but they have not cracked under the face of some of the best teams the Esports Tower has to offer.
What?
As Tragic's going to score again.
How?
I got to see
off
this.
The kickoff, off the sidewall.
Just
barely gets a touch. Oh, wait, no. Okay, they were there on the ground. The rain, I think, or whatever. Yes, this field's dark color made it hard for me to see them. Plus, I'm going to say it was the rain's fault. But they were on the ground. They spiked it in, but wow.
What a start for Milford. Already a 3-0 lead. We'll see what the Galaxy could do of DJ Enzo and Parson as Patty just denies that shot attempt. Ball almost centered, but once again, Patty with the clean win over to a teammate. Shot from Mad Marsh on net, not able to find it. And now the ball will be reset right in front of the net. Paranormal Patty's shot turned away. There's another demo. Unfortunately, the demo's not helping the Galaxy out as they still are looking for their first shot. Finally, DJ get it, but it's an immediate save from Tragic.
Tragic now popping it high for Patty, trying to help one another out. That's some great teamwork. Patty getting in the passing lane there of one of the Galaxy players trying to clear it. It's right in front of their goal, however, as Enzo's racing over, sends it to the midfield. Is there a follow-up from a teammate? There is. It's now in front of the Milford goal, but I don't foresee it going in. It will not, as we see Parson. Oh, wait, my apologies. Galaxy's goal. Parson gets a save, sending it back over towards the other net.
Paranormal Patty picks up the demo onto Parson and now looks to bicycle it back towards midfield. Kept alive for the Galaxies there. They're starting to run out of time, almost halfway through this game 1 of the Octane Cup. We see DJ here off the wall, looking to make a play. Waits on it perfectly, has Parsons near midfield, but it's cleared away. Over to Patty, whose shot is just wide.
Playing it off the back wall is one of the Milford players. Not enough of a follow-up, though. Patty already rotated completely back, reads that one perfectly, spikes it over to Tragic, tries to center it up, unfortunately can't get the right angle on it. Paranormal Patty's shot on goal saved by, we'll say, the crossbar that time as Parsons taking it over towards the net, disrupted by Patty yet again, who's just all over the field playing as a dominating force.
Patty waiting for a ball from Tragic, but it does get turned away. Tragic is going to miss on it. One of the few mistakes they've made is the Paranormal Patty looks to maybe help it into the net, but it is turned away by Mad Marsh. Another shot here for the Galaxy. Ball just barely bounces in front. Parson gets the boost, but no ball. Still a scary spot here as Enzo's shot is turned away. And the Galaxy just cannot find the back of the net. One more chance here for Parsons, looking to dribble it in. But of course, Tragic comes up with a clean save.
Got Enzo now taking it up the side here, trying to send it to one of their teammates. They do, but a double commit from Milford, something we've seen plenty of times from them, will end up getting it sent back over towards the Galaxy's goal, and Tragic comes flying in, getting their hat trick. Assist there from Mad Marsh, finding the 4th goal of this round.
It's a great play. Mad Marsh probably should have scored that goal, but the crossbar had it out for him. So Tragic will simply take credit for that. Minute 20 on the clock. Milford in complete command of game 1. We've had some crazy things happen here. We start with the demo from DJ. Now Parson wants to dribble it up there in a one-on-one. But Paranormal Patty will not be fooled. Another shot from Enzo, but it's saved by Tragic, who picks up their 3rd save of this game, and immediately a huge clear from Mad Marsh. Looking to center it up, looking to get on the scoreboard. Can't quite find it, however.
1 minute remaining. Mad Marsh has the ball. I think Patty came in to help them out just a little bit, dropping the ball down in front of the goal. It gets spiked high by one of the Galaxy players. Mad Marsh, though, still not giving up. Tragic now taking the ball from their own corner, passing it back to a teammate. Risky play, though, but it works out as Tragic has a bicycle pass to one of their teammates. Mad Marsh grabbing it in mid-flight, centering it up for Patty, but it is taken away by one of the Galaxy members.
Tragic, can't quite make a play on it. Parsons now with a great opportunity, pops it up in the air, but Paranormal Patty will deny the rebound attempt. Enzo trying to keep it alive, but it ends up in the hands of Mad Marsh. Enzo will stop them at midfield, but it's not enough to stop the ball from going to the orange side. And finally now they'll clear it away. Here comes Patty, though, looking for the hat trick, barely misses. Follow-up shot well wide of the net, but with 10 seconds left, the Milford High will still claim game 1 here. We'll see if the Galaxy can get on the board, and it does not look like they will.
No, the trend continues. We might see an attempt to keep the ball high in the air, and just as I said, it's the ground. Milford walking away with the 1st round win. Let's see if they'll keep that up, or if we will see a change of hands here and see Galaxy walk away with the next victory.
Milford coming out very strong. I mean, this team, we have, actually I was wrong. There's actually 2 members of the Ghost. It's Enzo and Parson who are made up of the Ghost. They have their friend DJ. So this is even 2/3 of the Ghost roster. And Milford, Patty is just insane. I mean, there's a reason why they're number 19 on the leaderboard for solo queue, I believe, for solos. They are insane, but that's Tragic. I didn't expect Tragic to absolutely be insane.
Yeah, Tragic is also an animal right in themselves. They are all pretty gosh darn good players, and yeah, they double commit just like we've seen other teams do this evening, and it's not getting punished for some reason. It's just how it's working out. Eventually, it's not going to work out in their favor, but right now, it's going just fine because most of the time the double commits happen. The ball's rolling into the net anyway, but if we want to see the Galaxy come out on top, they need to start capitalizing on those double commits, and in all honesty, Patty's flying like all over the place, and Tragic is all over the place. If you have to, I've barely seen any demolitions this game. Start blowing them up. Just do something to make their life a little bit more difficult. It feels like that's just way too easy for them right now.
100% agree. I just don't know how you get to Tragic.
They're in the air all the time.
Exactly. We don't have the ability to track that. I feel like Patty, guaranteed, is probably in the air more than on the ground. Tragic feels about the same way. Maybe you just got to demo Mad Marsh because maybe they're just on the ground the most. We will see here as early on, Enzo and company do get some pressure, but immediately Patty turns it around, forces a save for Parsons, but the pressure is not done yet. Here comes Tragic!
In the air. You couldn't have done anything. You can't demolition in the air really that easily. That would have been like a snipe shot if you successfully did that. So what's the option here, Fish, at least in your opinion, to shut down these two? Because they're like the dynamic duo.
I always feel like, you got to go with the soccer route of just dribbling the ball as long as possible and not letting them touch it, because Tragic just barely nudges the ball down, perfect positioning. Yeah, you almost got to just play keep away and hope you maybe score like 2 goals and immediately you start passing the ball all over the place, because I honestly do not know. I don't think demos are going to work just because Tragic and Paranormal Patty, they're in the air. It's so hard to hit demos on people who are flying, as there's a big clear. Could be a great chance for Enzo and company, but Parsons just misses.
DJ, yes!
DJ gets him on the board. 1 more of those, and you play keep away for the next 4 minutes.
Okay, so you said dribbling. A couple weeks ago, I actually suggested quite the opposite, and that's because right as we're talking about the dribbling here, if they have it for more than a couple seconds, a Milford player comes in and just swoops it away. They don't go for the demo. They go straight for the ball. They're not even looking to get a red card in real soccer here. So I think if Galaxy wants to win, they just need to do the give and the go and keep moving.
Exactly, like the long clears down, reset. See what they could do as Patty gets possession. Enzo with a fantastic little stop, but Marsh is already there in possession. Does look like Parsons won the battle to that big boost in the corner. Shot from DJ turned away. Here we go. Patty wants to go length of the field. Has Mad Marsh to their right. Not able to get it. What can Tragic do? Looking for a back pass. Look at that air control, but it is finally turned away, and Mad Marsh will stop it at midfield.
DJ pops it up over Mad Marsh, so but Patty comes in, sending it right back over. It does look like Enzo gets a tap on it, sending it to Parson, who misses it, but it doesn't matter. As the ball rolls in, there was a slight touch there from one of the Milford players, but wasn't enough. There's 3 minutes and 37 seconds left on the clock. Galaxy's in the lead by 1 right now. They've got 2 options. Try to go for more goals or just play keep away from Milford and not let Patty or Tragic touch the ball.
This Milford team is very scary. I think it was in last week, or 2 weeks ago's Octane Cup. At one point, the Barracudas had a 3-1 lead with 45 seconds left. Milford won that game 6-3. They could score goals insanely fast. So you've got to get probably 4 on the board if you want to be safe if you're the Galaxy. We'll see what they could do as they're already playing some defense. Oh, what a fake by Parson. Does get driven into by Tragic, as Nerdy mentioned. As soon as Milford sees the ball, they go right after it. Patty looking for a shot off the side wall. Can't quite play it, though. Immediately, though, steals it away from Parsons. You get kind of an awkward demo there onto Mad Marsh, but unfortunately, Galaxy aren't able to capitalize.
Now we've got Tragic doing what they do best, taking the ball in the air, playing it above DJ with a follow-up shot from Patty off that crossbar, bring us to a 2-2 side game.
That is Patty. Look at Tragic. Immediately baits out DJ. Net's wide open. Patty will hit it in. That dynamic duo of Tragic and Paranormal Patty have been so strong in the Rumbles for Milford. We'll see what the Galaxy can do. They've beat him once. They've had the lead in game 2. Immediately a demo goes out onto DJ, though. We'll see if Milford can capitalize in time, and it doesn't look like Mad Marsh will be able to.
Mad Marsh will collide with Parson on the ground. Parson does win out that one. Tragic now trying to steal the ball away. They managed to do that, popping around one member of the Galaxy to take it right back away. Mad Marsh still trying to battle it out for possession here. All of their teammates kind of giving the opportunity for them to work that one out as Tragic in the goal gets the ball. DJ takes out Paranormal with Patty, possibly opening up a shot opportunity here, but as I say that, Mad Marsh gets the ball taken away from one of the Galaxy players.
Oh, Tragic with a rare miss off the wall. Parsons fakes out Paranormal Patty, but Mad Marsh is the last member of defense with a clean clear. Parsons going to stop that, though. Tragic in the corner, looking for one off the wall. Most pressure we've seen, but a demo onto Enzo is going to open everything up. Mad Marsh trying to set up Tragic for the shot off the backboard, but Marsh can't get there in time. Sets it up for Paranormal Patty, but Parsons with a fantastic save as we drop under 2 minutes left in game 2.
We've got Patty trying to take the ball away from Parsons. Does look like one of the teammates came in to help that one out. DJ elevates at the midfield, trying to spike the ball away from the Milford team. Patty plays it up above the goal. It's taken away by Parsons, stopped by, it looks like Tragic here, trying to center it up for one of their teammates. It does look like Patty's trying to keep this one alive as well, but they do lose possession. Enzo will elevate, gets knocked off the ball there by one of the other Milford players. Now Parsons trying to take it up off their back wall. This could be a bad situation for the Galaxy team if they don't get a good clear.
Tragic, it's a nice clear down, but Parsons immediately with the pass over to DJ. Ooh, right in front of him. He's still will be able to get the ball first, play it around Patty, plays it around Tragic as well. And then Tragic will recover in midair. Enzo with the nice steal. Patty makes a fantastic save. 60 seconds left in this game. Tied it to a side. Who will come out on top as DJ gets a demo as well. Could be a great chance for the Galaxy here, but Tragic will put a stop to it. They bump Mad Marsh out of the way, but Patty off the respawn. Going to make a great save.
Got Enzo here, got that corner boost, trying to steal the ball away from one of the Milford players. A little bit of help from Enzo might have been just enough. It is. Enzo steals the ball away. It's over DJ, but it ends up by, I believe, Enzo yet again. Yes, stopping at the midfield. Mad Marsh comes in, trying to steal the ball away from Parsons. They toss it over to Patty. Will they be able to take it back up? We have still got 20 seconds left on the clock, but someone needs to score to stop overtime from happening.
Patty wants to be that person, but Parsons makes a fantastic stop. And the Galaxy might get one last chance at it. Patty will turn the first one away, gets a second touch on it. Now 8 seconds left. Looks like Milford. Never mind. Parsons will steal it away here. Ball's just kind of hanging out near midfield. We'll see if it gets to touch the ground off the side wall, and we'll reset for overtime.
This is scary territory for Galaxy. If they do not win the kickoff, they will see a goal scored almost immediately as Parsons takes out Patty, which is probably something that was planned just at least a little bit to give them a little extra breathing room. Tragic does get a toss down towards the Galaxy's goal. Enzo, though, read it well, taking it up the sidewall. Patty, though, takes the ball away from them. Now shot off that back wall. Parson gets in the passing lane, disrupting it. Tragic spiking the ball high now, trying to bring it into the goal.
Oh, what aerial control by Tragic. Played that perfectly. So we see this again. Look at this. Slows down. Just gets a hit on it. Nothing Enzo or Parsons could do. Galaxy gave it all they could, but Milford will come out on top in game 2 and now be 1 game away from winning the Octane Cup and claiming themselves champions of the Rumble for the 2nd week in a row. And I don't even know what to say, Nerdy. I felt like the Galaxy's played a perfect game. They got it to overtime. They got the demo on Patty to start overtime, and then Tragic just said, oh, you know, hold my beverage of choice. I'm going in, and I'm going to win this one.
Yeah, it's really hard to give any advice here for the Galaxy beyond just keep playing to the best of your ability. Don't get tilted and just take it as a learning opportunity at a certain point. I mean, we said it before. You can't really demo players like Tragic and Patty unless it's, you know, right off the kickoff when they are actually on the ground.
Yeah.
But beyond that, unfortunately, the bully target might end up having to be Matt, who's on the ground just a little bit longer. But even they are doing a great job of getting the ball spiked high into the air and playing for the aerial. So I don't know. Work on the give and the go. Don't hang on to the ball very long, because if you get more than 2 touches on it, odds are Milford's going to take it away from you. That's the only piece of advice I can give to Galaxy.
Well, let's get into game 3. I mean, if you're a fan of moral victories, at least, the one bright news for the Galaxy is that Milford has looked like one of the strongest teams in our Rumble, and over the last few weeks, a lot of their games haven't been close. Galaxy is keeping this series incredibly close here, including getting to overtime. As game 3 kicks off, what can Paranormal Patty and company do? Is DJ gonna have a great chance here? Paranormal Patty takes another shot. Mad Marsh's shot turned away by Enzo, but the pressure is on. Finally, DJ gets a bit of a clear to get some bumping over in the corner from Tragic and company.
Parsons sends it back over to DJ. They're going for that give and go play to not hang on to it for too long. Enzo retreating back, reads the ball perfectly off the spike down from the ceiling from one of the Milford players, taking it in the air, plays it around Tragic, but meets Patty on the ground, so Patty gets the save off Enzo's shot there. Now Tragic has an opportunity to bring the ball up the side.
Tragic dribbling it up, can't quite sneak it around Parsons. Enzo is there, though. Bad center, though. Cannot center in front of your own net. Tragic. They can't score that. That doesn't make sense. What is this angle?
According to Fish, you can't score that.
What is that angle? I don't even know.
Yeah, I'm with Fish on this one. That should not be physically possible. With Tragic, you are breaking the laws of even in-game physics. We may need to have a conversation about that later. But, you know, if it works, it works, as we have 4 minutes still on the clock. Galaxy has plenty of time to bring this one back. Patty's shot is turned away by, well, actually, no, Patty gets a save from DJ's shot. There's been a lot of shots on goal from Galaxy here, but the saving capabilities of Milford have just been above and beyond what we've seen from other teams thus far.
Yeah, Milford's defense sets up plays like this. They go length of the field. They get the pass over to Tragic, who picks up his 2nd goal. Patty picks up their 2nd assist. And Milford now a minute into game 3, looking very strong. Maybe going to get to a sweep, but Parsons has other ideas. Unfortunately, Mad Marsh will get a fantastic dunk over them. Here comes Patty, but the shot is wide of the net. Now it's DJ's turn to rattle it around. Mad Marsh will spike it away from them. Oh, you can see DJ was going for the demo, but we never heard it, which meant it was a great dodge. And with DJ out of the play, Patty makes it 3-0 for Milford.
Mad Marsh was basically out of the play as well. You can see here that Mad Marsh, no boost in the tank, so they cannot do much. They're stuck in the midfield. Didn't matter. Patty went in. I'm mid-flight. This is just going to go in. It's fine.
Galaxy, after a great game 2, struggling a bit here in game 3, but maybe Parsons could change that. Ball lands right in front of Tragic, though, makes a great save. Now Tragic wants to go coast to coast. Patty ends up popping up in the air, looking for their 2nd goal of the game. They can't quite find it, as DJ and company do get at least a moment of relief, as Enzo with the big clear down, going to go chasing after it, but Patty's already there. Steals it away from Enzo, who loses their dribble off the roof. Parsons and DJ all commit on it. Luckily, Enzo retreats in time.
Got Patty who drops it down off the ceiling. It does end up with Enzo kind of returning the favor for that last one, but Mad Marsh comes in to keep it alive, centering it up. But Parson does get a touch on it to change possession over. Enzo's shot on goal is going to be turned away by Tragic. Let's see if this is going to get turned back around. Never mind, Tragic's going to get taken out. Well, sorry, Mad Marsh will get taken out by Enzo, who's still trying to keep this alive. Mad Marsh is now respawned, stopping the ball at the midfield.
Parson racing up, kind of loses the ball there. They get a demo on to Enzo, does Patty, but it's, oh, I thought it wasn't going to matter, but Patty, of course, makes a huge save. Enzo off the respawn, trying to challenge Tragic. The ball nearly bounces in their own goal. Parson with a back pass over to Enzo. Milford just does not let the Galaxy get very long clears. Tragic tries for the double tap off the wall. It's over to Patty. The shot's wide of the net, and the Galaxy hang on by the skin of their teeth to at least not allow another goal.
They've got time to bring this one back. Just over 2 minutes is enough, but they need to get these clears to actually go all the way through. The passing lanes are just constantly being taken away by the Milford team.
Parsons, nice pass, but it's stolen, as you said, by Tragic. Enzo ends up with the ball right in front. Parsons kind of hesitates.
Play it slow. Come on, come on. DJ, get in there!
Oh, no.
No, now they have to retreat back. Otherwise, Patty's going to just take it all the way across. Enzo tries to challenge him. They do manage to get it sent towards the net, not even into the goal box, though, to allow for a shot on goal. And as I say that, Parson comes in, getting them on the board. Can we see the Galaxy get 2 more goals? I feel like they need to score at least 1 off of this kickoff here because there's just so much time between every single one of these goals.
Yeah, Galaxy need to score fast because the longer and longer the game has gone on, Milford will usually get more and more attempts. You can see in the shot difference there as we see a chance here for Parsons. Gonna set it up, DJ racing in. Oh, just barely over the ball. Would have been a great opportunity, but the pressure's not over yet. Stolen away by DJ. Mad Marsh will make the great save. Enzo now racing over to the corner. Stops the clear. What can Patty do? Enzo's going to land right on it. A perfect sequence here for the Galaxy, but Tragic, the third member there, turns it away from the back of the net.
We've got DJ trying to go in for a shot opportunity on goal, but Parson takes out Mad Marsh. Doesn't matter, though. Tragic brought the ball into the corner. Spiked it high for Patty here. It is saved by Enzo and turned away by Parson, who takes out Paranormal Patty in return. Tragic tries to get a shot on goal. It is going to be stopped by Enzo as Mad Marsh collides with them. Still, though, Galaxy maintains possession here as we're dropping under the 45-second mark.
Oh, that would have been an insane setup, but unfortunately Tragic just kind of killed the ball's momentum. Mad Marsh's shot too slow, and now Patty looking to add one more to end the Galaxy's chances of extending this series. Parson, huge pass to Enzo. Enzo barely keeps it alive. 30 seconds left. What a save by DJ. Parsons picks up another one as well, making 2 in a row for Parsons.
Holy cow.
But unfortunately, the ball's not being cleared. It's just being shot attempt after shot attempt. Patty passes it over to Mad Marsh, who will watch it roll in, and that will probably be what ends the series and gives Milford the win.
And Patty's medals are currently going off of our score counter. That is okay. You get the award for most medals and most decorated player of the evening, Patty. I think that's pretty normal for you. We might just count you as an outlier data, though.
Milford looks like they're going to claim their second Octane Cup. I don't foresee anything crazy like 3 goals in 9 seconds, and the timer ticks down. That seems more and more likely. So huge congratulations to them. Their second Octane Cup in a row. This tournament might need some more tournament experience, but they are definitely a force to be reckoned with. Nice save there at the very end. GGs go out. Congratulations, Milford High. You are the winners here of our Octane Cup in week 4 of the Esports Tower. Galaxy, though, even though it was a 3-0, some of those games incredibly close, especially game 2. Anything could have gone their way. But as we prepare to wrap this one up, we head into our ICCU player of the game. Several phenomenal players here tonight, Nerdy. Who do you think it's going to be?
All right, so I'm not going to be looking at Milford. I feel like we have decorated you guys enough times.
Yep.
Nothing against you. I got to spread the level a little bit. I'm actually going to go for Wilds on this one. If it's not Wilds, it's probably going to be Protato. What about you, Fish?
Yeah, I was going to probably take the other one between Wilds and Potatoes. You just covered all your bases, so I guess I don't have a choice now. Yeah, I think probably I think Wilds may be edging out Potato, just 'cause I thought Wilds had some goals that just were like tragic level in terms of not tragically bad, but the player tragic we just saw for Milford. But it actually is going to be not danger, but it is going to be a player from Milford. It is going to be tragic. Of course.
All
of
right.
course.
Well, there you go. Tragic Production gives you their hat to your many hat tricks that you got this game. But note, everyone that is listening and the esports players that are listening, our vote went to Wilds and Protato.
Exactly.
We like to share the love. You guys all performed well this evening. And it just so happened to be that Tragic had a little bit, couple flashier. And if Fish is definitely saying that should not have gone in or that can't go in, how is this physically possible? Chances are there are pretty gosh darn good goals. So highlight reel moment opportunities for Tragic turn into production being like, ooh, flashy.
Yeah, the Tragic was, I mean, again, we started this series, and I'm not going to say Patty disappointed because you can see Patty's medals went off the screen almost every single game in this series. But when you come in, you hear, oh, there's the 19th best solo player in the world. You're like, okay, that guy's going to pop off. That person's going to be insane. Tragic stole the show. So I can see it again. Wilds and Protato, you probably deserved it in our eyes just because, again, Milford's so decorated. They still haven't lost a match. They're back-to-back Octane Cup winners. But as we prepare to close out Week 4, congratulations to all the winners. Your final thoughts, Dirty, on our Week 4 Cup games.
Everyone, this goes for Milford, Galaxy, Vipers, Mammoths, everyone across the board. You need to work on your double commits. I know that Fish and I are not the only two who are seeing this, and I'm pretty sure your coaches are going to be like, I know it's working, but it's not going to work forever. And then for anyone looking to be in basically our Tower of Doom side bracket, be prepared to learn to just work on the give and go. Do not hang on to that ball for too long, just like in real soccer. One touch, pass it off. That's how it's got to be. And other than that, keep working on your teamwork. This is not solo queue.
Yeah, VOD review, I'm sure, is going to be very, very strong for a lot of these players, especially esports tower teams. You said double commits were very, very prevalent. Well, thank you for everybody for tuning in. Congratulations to all of this week's teams for some strong performances. This week was jam-packed with exciting moments and new teams heading to the top of the Rumble. Watch out for the Mammoths. Even though it was in Group B and they didn't face the Group of Death, they still were undefeated this week. Love to see what they can maybe do against those teams like the Galaxies and like Milford High potentially in Week 5. Players are making a ton of huge improvements. Cup games have produced some very exciting moments in just their last 2 weeks. Can't wait to see what the next weeks bring. Join us next week for the 5th week of the Fall Rumble season, and we will close out with the top 5 players presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your Groove Choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Reach out on Twitch at iGuard Gaming, and here are your Cup Game Week 4 Rumble top 5 plays. Stolen away. There is Hawker now. Might have a chance to send this one up. Give an insurance goal to the team. And Taco able to turn it around. And Taco Bell has another goal, and it's 5-1 Gators.
51 seconds. We've seen about 4 goals scored in that amount of time by a single team in esports tower. It's not unheard of.
Potato can't keep it alive. It's up to Hoagie Bear, lapping in front of the net, makes a mistake, climb one, and Jockstrap racing in as we go under 60 seconds. The Vipers have the lead off of this great play.
All right, then take Jockstrap out. Haven't been making them sit and watch the replay and respawn counter long enough.
Just said, if you're a Lynx fan, they've got to score here. It's a great start. Cran is racing in.
Yes,
and they get it. All right, we've got ourselves a game now.
That was a very interesting goal animation.
The Cowboy, I can always tell when new goal animations get released because every player all of a sudden 6-1. Oh, they almost made it 7. And Thrift looked like he's going to do just that. As Thrift's going to put in the 7th goal for the Eagles.
See if we can get a nice close-up replay of that shot. So it looks like Thrift barely touches it. Yeah, they got a little bit of an angle on it, just enough to prevent the crossbar from touching the ball.
Patty turns it around, forces a save for Parsons, but the pressure is not done yet. Here comes Tragic!
In the air. You couldn't have done anything. You can't demolition in the air really that easily. That would have been like a snipe shot if you successfully did that. So, what's the option here, Fish, at least in your opinion, to shut down